Let me clear my throat. Kick it over here, baby. Pop. And let all the fly skivvies feel the beat. Drop. Good morning, everybody. Hello, and welcome to the stream on this beautiful Tuesday morning. Who was the first person to show up this morning, ladies and gentlemen? P. Barnes II. All right, you get the first Hezokuai happy dance of the day. All right, thank you so much. And ladies and gentlemen, we already got gifted memberships from Edie Marie. All right. So Edie, here's your happy dance. Let's go. All right, thank you. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. What a great way to start a day. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Little Chihuahua Big World in the house. Rise and shine with Hezokuai. What's up? Pete Barnes. Danny's in the house. What's up, Danny? Good to see you. As always, Scott Ammo. What's up? Pete Barnes, Scott Ammo, Danny. John Anderson. What's up? Coffee me. Coffee. 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 Yes. Oh, yes. Little Chihuahua, P. Barnes, Danny. Vestige of Peace in the house. What's up, Vestige? Good morning. Good to see you. Big hugs for everybody. That's what I'm talking about. Greg Jonick, what's up? Good to see you. Vestige of Peace, P. Barnes, Danny, Little Chihuahua, Greg Jonick, Scott Ammo in the house. What's up, Scott? Let's see. Vestige, Greg, Danny, Scott. Edie Marie, there she is. All right, what's up, Edie? Good to see you. P. Barnes, Scott Ammo, Little Chihuahua. Oh my goodness gracious me. Texas Tim's in the house. What's up, Texas? Go ahead and hit that like before you forget. That's a fact. That's the fact, Jack. That's the fact, Jack. All right, Jam and Jet, what's up? Edie Marie, Scott Ammo, Texas Tim. Who else is here today? Let's see. Oh, Nicode's in the house. What's up? Hello. How are you on Tuesday? Brian Showman, what's up? Salacious, Danny, Vestige of Peace, P. Barnes, Jam and Chat, Salacious. Abby Poland, what's up, Abby? Good to see ya. Been a minute. How you doing? All right, let's see. Jam and Chat, P. Barnes. Norfolk Southern Pokey District. Hello. NSPD, how you doing, buddy? All right. Flower Power in the house. What's up? The power of the flower. Never underestimate the power of the flower. Good morning, all. Let's get this party started. That's right, King Stu. You know what's up. Message of Peace, Danny. RB in the house. What's up, RB? Good to see ya. Methodist Dave, what's up? Terry Barnes, Salacious. My producer, ladies and gentlemen, Salacious. Let's see. Danny, Little Chihuahua, Nicody, Flower Power. Grandpa's in the house. What's up? Good to see ya. Sunny California. Logan Sandman says hello to Little Chihuahua Big World. What's up? Richard Fulmer, what's up? Good to see ya. Great to have you here. Let's see who else. Oh my goodness gracious me. Sorry about that, people. All right, let's see. What do we got here? Salacious, Vestige of Peace, Nicody, P. Barnes, Danny, Grandpa's. Hey, Miss Mandy. Yes, hello. I got it. Check yours. Let's see. Forgive it, Jerry. All right. Has this oh no, I'm not, because I'm contemplating giving it to this one instead. And no offense, Jerry, but she's a lot cuter than you are. Let's see. P. Barnes, Edie Marie, Salacious, what's up? Greg Jonick, Grandpa's, Abby Pullman, Nancy Marcho, Dib, what's up? Good to see you. Let's see. You're lurking. I got you. Gamer88, hello, welcome. Billy Yank in the house. Let's see. Logan Sandman, Edie Marie, Danny, I Kiss in the house. What's up, I Kiss? Good to see ya. All right. Josiah Stahlbrad, what's up? Always good to see you too as well. T-Bone, what's up? Coffee and Hezekiah. Now you're talking. All right. Got to give me a good cup of Java. Stan Hankins, what's up? All right. Salacious. 2 gifted memberships before you started. Danny and Edie gifted memberships. So here's for Danny's. All right, and a happy dance. All right, thank you very much. Whoa, wrong button. All right, Frauditor Rams in the house, ladies and gentlemen. And let's see, who else do we got here? We got Norfolk, we got Highway Star. Let's see. I'd invite you to my morning show. All right, hold on, Lucy. You'll get your chance. Just relax. You usually only come up on Fridays. Why are you bothering me on a Tuesday? What's up? You know I mess with you. Pack, what's up? Well, ladies and gentlemen, there is somebody who wanted to come on the stream that actually is here, and that's Miss Mandy 777.
Hey, how's everybody this morning?
Hey. Is there a delay? Are you on?
Am I on a delay?
I said, how you doing today?
Oh, I'm great. How are y'all guys? Great to see everyone.
Good. How's everybody in the chat doing? Say hello to Miss Mandy, everybody.
Good morning. I see Logan and Pokey and Danny and Vestige and Jammin' and everyone.
Yeah, we got a great crew here.
Always.
Forgive Jerry, he wants to come up, but he always wants to come up. but you're like, hey, can I come up today? It's like, hey, you never asked, so yeah, why not?
Oh, thank you.
Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Mandy 77 is going to be a future guest on our Saturday Snafu show.
It's like the end of June. I can't wait.
Yes. In fact, here, while I'm thinking about it, let me put that ticker on the bottom there. There you go. I got all my guests and the dates they're going to show up and all that on my little ticker at the bottom of the screen. So I just added that. All right. So what do you think? Should I bring up Jerry, or should we just hang out and make him suffer, sweat it out a little bit?
That's up to you. I was kind of looking forward to just being me and you, but
yeah,
you can do whatever. It's your show.
Yeah, but no, you know what? That's cool. That's cool. I get it. That's what I was thinking anyway. Like I said, like seriously, like Jerry knows. Me and him are cool. But it's like I said, he basically has an open invitation every day, you know, and you're like, oh wow, Miss Mandy wants to come up. You know, that's something special. It's different. I have him up all the time. In fact, there's a hashtag. You may have seen it even in some other streams you've been in over time. There's a hashtag that started here, hashtag Kick Jerry. Whenever Jerry's on someone's channel, it's hashtag Kick Jerry.
Yeah, I've seen it a couple of times. Me and Jerry are good too.
Yeah, he's cool. He's cool. I like Jerry. So what you been up to?
Working on my channel and working with Kick and Artie, and Artie's probably going to hit 15K this week. So I've been working on maybe a little surprise for him. And
all right. Were you at AMG's birthday party yesterday? I don't remember seeing you there.
Yeah, I stepped in for about 30 minutes or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right on. All right, round of applause for Artie's corporate fiction coming up with his 15K soon.
I'm so proud of him.
Accurate outrage in the house. What's up? All right. So I wanted to start today with Radical video. You want to watch some Radical?
Yes, Radical and Radical. Radical will be there too, but Radical, yeah.
If you remember in my card game, Radical has her own card, and so does Radical.
I didn't know Radical. I just got 2 booster packs, but I didn't know Cal had a card. Awesome.
Oh, I'm sorry. We love you, Mandy. I'm sorry. This is funny. No spoilers. All right, here we go.
It isn't Cow's arch nemesis. They found a video of someone trying to audit his own traffic stop. Well, that seems mighty interesting. Let's see how that's gonna go.
You're speeding in my car.
You have your driver's license, insurance, or registration?
Listen,
no, sir.
Okay, you work for me.
Hey, nice to meet you. Do you have a second?
You have said
you have your driver's license, insurance, or registration?
I don't have a driver's license. Yes, I do. You initially stopped me because you said
I didn't say that.
It's recorded, sir.
Okay, that's fine. Then you can go ahead and record it.
It is.
It's not recording right here too.
That's good.
Oh no, I hate buffering. Boo.
You need it because you need to take that to court. You made contact with me, okay?
I know I did.
Right.
That's what I'm telling you.
Okay. You guys don't have nothing better else to do, huh?
Nothing better else to do, everyone.
Huh? Would you go catch some real criminals, man? Stop me because it looks like I don't have a driver's license. Okay.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
So 815 will be clear.
Anything else?
Yeah, your insurance.
I give you my policy number.
Do you have insurance? Do you have proof of
I
insurance?
can give you my policy
Do
number.
you have proof of insurance?
I can give you my policy number.
So I'm gonna take that to no.
What the hell is that?
Gee, I wonder why he got pulled over. Almost as if he's muddying waters. And his license plate.
Dag nabbit sauce. Oh,
This is suspended DL dues. I'm gonna pull them out. And I'm gonna tow the vehicle.
holy crap! You know what? I'm going to pause this for a second and let it buffer.
It's Comcasting. Blame it on Artie. It's Comcast.
Yeah, right. Oh my goodness gracious me. Well, anyway, while we're waiting for that, look at all the wonderful people we got here. We got Becca from the Welsh News Network in the house. Jam and Chat, Maggie K, Edward Catalier, Texas Tim. Oh my goodness, I got the best fans in the world. Dag nabbit. Love you guys so much. All right, here we go.
We'll put it on first. Just the way it's acting.
Dag nabbit.
Hey, sir, do me a favor. Go ahead and step out of the car for me.
Well, hey, you know what? It's telling us when to comment.
Do me a favor. Step out of the car. Explain it.
Wow, isn't this
Okay,
nice?
please don't open my door. I don't give you consent, sir.
I ask you to step out of the car one more time, sir.
Please don't.
Sir, step
pull
out of the
out.
car.
Screenshot my.
Sir,
What's the reason? What's the problem?
stop. Grab. Step out of the car.
My
Step out of the car.
arm, my
Step
arm.
out of the car. I'm gonna
My
tase you.
arm.
Step out of the car. I'm gonna tase you.
For what?
It's up to you.
For what?
Just last time I ask you.
No.
Step out. Turn around. Turn around. Face the car.
For what?
Interlace your fingers. Put them together.
My arm. I got a bad shoulder.
Interlace your fingers, sir.
I got a bad shoulder.
Dominic, look at me.
Why aren't you arrested?
Don't they always?
You get charged for resisting.
No, you got a bad attitude, not a bad shoulder. There's a difference. One is an actual issue you could work on. The other is a made-up story, depending on the situation you're in.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so what?
And don't they always have a bad shoulder?
Right, they always have a visual. And why do you think? What's your theory on why these idiots always try to hold court on the side of the road and put themselves in this position?
I think they're trying to make things as difficult as possible. So to try to confuse the cop or hoping the cop won't know all the laws and let them go when they really don't know the laws themselves.
Right. Well, that's a fact. These guys. That's why I call them butterbrain douche canoes, because they know nothing.
Hey, I didn't do nothing. I have all my documents. I have license. I have insurance. What do you need?
You know, it always amuses me when they think they can outright refuse to give documentation, and then after they get detained, all of a sudden they have the documentation, not realizing that the refusal on requests is an issue. Welcome to the consequences of your actions, or in this case, inactions.
You guys are a piece of shit, bro.
Walk over here, man. Walk right here.
Walk over where?
Right here.
What? And your dash cam better be on too.
Don't worry about it.
Did you just call his body cam a dash cam?
So,
Pinky Banks, you got that fucking badge, don't you?
Let me see right here, bro.
That's ridiculous, man. Fucking
Take a seat.
pulling me out of my car.
Take a seat.
I don't have to take a seat.
Take a seat.
I'm already handcuffed. God,
Oh, why are you making this so difficult?
you're making it difficult.
Take a seat, man. Take it inside.
The fuck?
you know what I always wondered about, and there actually was one case that happened. I don't know if you remember this. I covered it. I think Schrodinger covered it at the time. Everyone did, but I don't know ultimately what the results were. But there's only one case I know of where this happened. But I always wonder, like, these guys who don't carry any car insurance because there's no way the government is going to force me to buy insurance. What do they do when they're in an accident and they can't afford to pay the victim that they hit with their car?
And Schrodinger Cat and I actually had a conversation on Discord about this once upon a time. And he said a lot of states have uninsured motorists, and that picks it up and helps the other person repair, like do minimal repair
Okay.
damage. And then I looked into it, and I live in North Carolina, and they have an uninsured motorist program. Now, it won't replace your car in most situations, depending on what kind of car you have, but it does help with like bodily injury and things like that.
Well, it's good that such programs exist, but they probably
But we
shouldn't
pay for it
have
as
to.
taxpayers.
That's what I'm saying. It shouldn't have to if people actually were responsible and helped their insurance. I guess ultimately my point is like the morality behind it. Like, oh, I'm not going to do it because you're forcing me to do it. Yeah, but what about doing it because it's the right thing to do?
Right.
No, they'll never do anything because it's the right thing to do, right?
I wonder how they get their first license in the first place, because don't you have to show proof of insurance to get that?
Yeah, but I mean, they could just purposely go out of their way to let it lapse.
Oh, that's true.
You know, that's why, like in this case, I mean, I don't know, but when he started by saying, well, I could give you my policy number, that means he had a policy at some point to get that number.
That's true. Yeah.
Right. So anyway, here's some more of this, and hopefully it loaded a little bit while we were talking so we could get some less buffering, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Here's the buffering.
See what Richard said in New Jersey.
In New Jersey, uninsured is part of our premium, which is why New Jersey is one of the highest. I hate paying out, but I do. See? Exactly. That's what you get when you don't take care of your business. Everybody else has to pay the price for you, you butter-brained douche canoes. Complaining about tax dollars being too high, and my taxes pay for this, and my taxes pay for that. Well, if it wasn't for scum heels like you, then maybe it wouldn't be so bad.
Right. Exactly right.
I'll give you a citation for the resistant, dude. You want to wait? It's in a minute. It's up to you. I'm gonna say I'll say for the 46 if you want.
Hey, sweetie.
Hey, Chicken Limey's here. Look at that. All right.
What was the reason you hit?
For the resisting, man.
Resistant?
But
Thing is valid. I have driver's
can you
license.
sell my
Man.
46?
I also have insurance.
Oh, well, then why didn't you cooperate when we first pulled you over?
Call the sergeant up here, man. I would like to talk to the sergeant, sir. I have proof of insurance. What are you talking about?
Are you gonna sign the citations or no?
I have proof of insurance.
That's not the question. Are you gonna sign the citations or do you want to go to jail with them?
The citations. I'm taking you to court as well. No.
Perfect. That's what I'm signing him for.
Okay. That's ridiculous, man. You guys treat people so wrong. I don't even know how you became a cop. You took the whole to hold the Constitution, and that's not what you did at all. We're just have some real bad guys. I have insurance. I have driving license.
Okay, that's the second time he said, how come you're not out there catching real bad guys? There's so many things about the way the world works that these butterbrain douche canoes do not understand. Okay? And this is one of them. How come they don't understand that if a real serious hardcore crime happens, they'll get a call and they will just leave you and go take care of their business? Right. You know what I mean? If there's a shooting 2 blocks away, their radio's going to start going nuts, whatever it is, 1060, 1060, whatever, and they're going to go run to that and forget about you. You know? How come these people don't realize that?
And I hate to break this on them, but they are bad guys.
Yes. Thank you. Why do you go after criminals? What, you mean like you? That's what I'm doing. That's why, like,
Your taxpayer dollars that, someone else pays are currently hard at work.
Exactly. I actually had someone in my chat. Oh, this was a couple months ago, but I've been using this ever since because I thought it was great. They somebody said something in my chat that said, well, how come if there's so many good cops out there, then how come you never show footage of good cops? And I said, what are you talking about? Every video that ends with a frauditor getting arrested or trespassed or pulled out of the building is me showing a good cop doing their job. You know?
That's a great cop.
Yeah, exactly. We love to see that. Oh, man.
License, because my vehicle was dirty. You can't see the signs.
Can you see the registration on yours?
Yep, I can see it.
What is it?
It's search and find.
What is it? What's the year? What's the year and month? Yeah, what's the year and month?
July 21. What are you talking about? W152.
That's not what I'm talking about, man.
Okay, but you can see my tag. You can see it perfectly fine.
Oh, they say you can argue that in court, bro.
You know, it rained yesterday. You know that?
I know that.
Huh?
I do know that.
Okay, so therefore that's why my car, like it's really dusty.
Because it has been raining, your car is dusty? Mate, that's just a caked-on piece of mud on your license plate. Dusty is not the word you're looking for. And there goes another one. Well done. These wordy bit buckets don't grow on trees, you know.
Okay.
Oh, it's the end of the month. You got to take your
All right, Dagnabbit, let me see if, because this just keeps buffering, and I don't know why. But let me see if it's me or if it's just that video. Here, I'm gonna switch over real quick to something different to see if that'll help with the buffering. Let's see. Dagnabbit. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a live show. Things happen when you're live. Problems do. Help me out.
WAP, we are professionals.
That's right. Love it. Thank you. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, this is just what happens when you do live reactions to videos. Things like this happen. I know, I do it every day.
Yes, indeed.
So shameless plug.
Yes,
Miss
everybody.
Mandy 777.
If you're not subscribed to Miss Mandy 777, do so. Salacious, if you want to go ahead and drop her link, please.
Salacious is fantastic.
Yes,
I
she
watch
is,
her in
she
your
is.
chat every morning. She just kills it.
Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for Salacious. All right, so now we're going to watch. You think these people are idiots. This guy isn't a frauditor or sovereign citizen or any of that. This guy's just a random lunatic. And wait till you see what this guy does when he gets pulled
Racine
over.
County
This is
Sheriff's
insane.
deputies
This is a
observed the
Go
driver
Blue
of a
Cam.
vehicle
You're not
not wearing his
subscribed to Go Blue
seatbelt
Cam.
in Raymond, Wisconsin. As part of the sheriff's office Click It or Ticket campaign, a traffic stop was initiated.
Damn it, what the hell's wrong with me?
As the deputies were pulling him over, they observed the 36-year-old male driver hastily putting on his seatbelt.
Oh, he's eating. See that?
So you gonna point at me? 5-3 Wisconsin traffic. Southbound G on ramp.
DRB, be right
Hi
back.
there. I'm Deputy Ortiz with the Racine County Sheriff's Office. Not because your seatbelt isn't on, and we're actually out. You put it on when we were pulling up behind you. I watched you.
That's not true.
And he looked
Your body
real
was
good.
fully leaned forward, sir, when you took the turn
I
on.
watched you put it on. We're not going to argue about a $10 seatbelt ticket. When
It's
we're,
right here.
okay, driver's license and insurance. Okay,
I'm not giving you nothing. It's not.
driver's license and insurance, sir. You're going to make this more difficult than it has to be. Your driver's license and insurance, sir.
Do you see this?
Sir, do you want to
When
be
you
forcibly
drove
removed
past
from
me,
the
you were
vehicle?
not wearing your seatbelt. That's not true. I have this on.
Driver's license and insurance, sir.
Put it on at the last second.
No, you're not going to kill you, okay?
I'm an American. I have my seatbelt.
Well, that's great
on.
to know, okay? You were not wearing a seatbelt when you drove past.
That's good. That's good to
We
know.
saw you putting it on while we were behind you. You can argue this all day long and make this even worse for yourself. Otherwise, just give us your ID and the insurance. Sir, what do you want my money?
Driver's license and insurance, sir.
Real simple. Driver's license.
You're making a
and
big
insurance.
driver's license and insurance, sir. You're making a bigger deal out of this than it has to be.
For my seatbelt?
Yes. Yep.
Why? I have my seatbelt.
You have a traffic violation. Your seatbelt was not on, sir, so can you have your driver's license and insurance?
With your body camera, I have my seatbelt on. They're running, right?
Abruptly, he became erratic and started to destroy his possessions, such as his sunglasses and the money in his wallet.
I want to see them beeping, though.
What?
Because I watched you put them on, sir. Now, please put them on, or I'm going to ask you to step out of the vehicle. And when I do so, that's a lawful order. And if I have to, I can
Thank you
forcibly
for the
remove you
gifted
from the vehicle, sir.
memberships.
All right?
I broke my glasses. You like that?
Yeah.
$150 fucking glasses.
Well, that's your problem. Okay? You're acting like a child right
You want
now.
my money? Here.
You're acting like a child. I want your driver's license and your insurance.
Here's everything I have. Here's my money. Here's my
You're
money.
acting like a child, sir.
Here's my car.
Danny, thank you for the gifted
Here's
membership.
Your driver's license, sir. Hand it
Take
to
my
me.
money. Take my money. Take this too. Take that
Your
too.
driver's license, sir.
Is this not one of the dumbest people you've ever seen?
He's destroying his stuff.
Yeah, like what's the point of that? Like, you were wearing your seatbelt? Okay, take the ticket, go to court, and explain it to the judge. And they'll show the camera footage from the cop's dash cam. And if it doesn't prove you were wearing your seatbelt, then you get off. That's what court is for. Anyone who lives in America should understand that.
While you were gone, Danny gifted 2 memberships.
Whoa, Danny gifted 2 memberships. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, here's a happy dance for Danny. All right. All right. Thank you so very much. Oh, I love it. Thank you. That's great. Yeah, this guy's a lunatic, and he keeps going nuts for a minute, too. I love it. Might all moment.
3 memberships. I'm sorry, Danny.
Oops, that's all right. 3 memberships. Yay, thank you. Oh, and we got Holden McGroin is here. What's up, Holden? Which was really stupid, acting like a 2-year-old. Exactly. This guy. Well, wait to hear what the cop says. This is great stuff.
You're just destroying all my stuff, ruining my holiday.
Yeah.
Accusing me of something that I'm doing. Ripping up the money. I spent $500 on my fucking family.
Great.
Huh?
Driver's license, sir.
No.
Nothing.
Are you intoxicated, sir?
Bullshit.
What kind of drugs are you on, sir?
Well, here's what you need this too. We'll just rip that up too.
What kind of drugs are you on, sir? Your driver's
Bullshit.
license.
Go get it. Take it. Take whatever
I'm not
you want.
going into your vehicle, sir.
Take my
Can I have your
entire
driver's license, please?
life. Just rip all this up too. Got enough now. Here, take this.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Yeah, so you can take it.
Billy, that's a great question.
What's that?
Billy said, "What is this guy on?" I said, "That's a fantastic question."
Seriously, he's been smoking cocaine or something. Hey, unclean. Yes, I'm plugged into the Ethernet. That's why I checked my connection, and my connection is solid right now. I don't understand why I keep buffering.
Are you having storms or anything?
It says mostly sunny. I don't know. It's supposed to rain. I wish it would. You know what's funny? I'm in the perfect part of Florida right now where all I keep hearing about on the news is how all of this area is suffering from horrible, horrible floods right now. And if I took a handful of dirt from outside, it would be like sand. It'd be so dry. Like, we haven't got a damn drop of rain, and just a few miles down the road, they're freaking out because everything's flooding. It's like, well, give us some of that. Just point the water this way. All of our plants are dying. We got nothing over here. It's nuts.
Oh no.
Switch providers? No, you don't understand. I'm way, way, way out. Where, like, the options of your providers out in this part of Florida are Spectrum or go to McDonald's and pull off their Wi-Fi.
Just what I was going to say. We can either have Spectrum here or nothing.
Right. Exactly.
Or dial up MSN or something. You can have that or
Right, some
nothing.
real bad crap. So I don't know, but you guys know, people have been following me for a while know that every once in a while I'll get one of those days where, like, if some of you guys, especially Unclean, when you first talked me into getting the damn Ethernet cable, that day I was broadcasting and my thing just went black for a couple minutes and then it came back on and then it went black again. Like, it gets weird out here. But Unclean, dial-up is so 80s. Yeah, that's one of the things. Spectrum, like when I lived in the city, man, and I had who the hell did they have back in Chicago? Comcast. Like you said, Comcasting or whatever. But at least they had a good solid signal, you know. I don't know. It's hard because sometimes I'm the kind of person where, like, sometimes I feel bad because, like, I want to complain about the internet speeds and this and that, and then it's like, let's see. The miracle of me being able to sit here and go like this, and it shoot up into outer space at the speed of freaking light, bounce off a satellite, and back down,
Come back down.
Anyone in the world could see it, and I'm really going to bitch about it being too slow.
Right. And that's the thing, huh? And I'm looking at my internet speed, and it's giving me a 7 out of 10, which is pretty good for mine. And I have the fastest spectrum that they offer.
Right.
And there's not really much you can say about it. And I don't really think there's much they can do about it.
Right.
So
it is what it is.
Kind of have to live with it and be happy.
Yeah, exactly. Welcome to America. Talk about first world problems. All right, here we go.
Take my money.
Remain in the vehicle, sir. I'll be back up with you, okay?
Look, I have my seatbelt on. You take my fucking money.
He doesn't want your money. You tore it up.
My seatbelt's on and they're accusing me of something. That's bullshit. You can't ever enjoy life anymore around here without being harassed and accused of something. I have my fucking seatbelt on. You give me a ticket, you pulled up on me, I have my seatbelt on. That's exactly what's happening. Yep, $135 fucking last night. Might as well just fucking start dumping on my blood right now and give them that too.
It's a situation. This dude's freaking out because we stopped him for a seatbelt and he put it on when we were behind him. Like literally freaking out. He's tearing up money and he's freaking out. So if you just want to go up there with him while I run him out real quick and issue him this citation. Freaking out. Seriously.
Because I have my seatbelt on. These people pull me over and they pull up on me and say I don't have my seatbelt on. It's right here. I can see it. I can taste it.
Do you realize how you're acting right now? Irrational.
It's upsetting to me.
Upsetting to you that you drove past me without a seatbelt.
That's a crock of bullshit. You know that. Don't give me that.
Okay.
Yeah, he's tearing up cash in his car and throwing it all over the place.
I have my seatbelt on, and you're giving me a ticket for my seatbelt being on.
So it's not just this idiot being stupid, right? Because, like, we're always talking about the frauditors and the sovereign citizens and these idiots go through this. But even, like, in a situation like with this guy, where did this idea come from, do you think, that, like, when somebody gets pulled over and they really honestly think they didn't do it, and maybe they didn't, why do they not understand that that's what court is for? Like, where did this idea come from that if you just tell the cop, oh, no, then the cop will be like, oh, all right, fine, I won't write you a ticket.
Oh, thanks for telling me. I'm sorry. Let me put this ticket book away.
Right.
Maybe it's that whole not, believing in the court system thing.
Yeah.
They don't believe in cops either, really, so.
Yeah. There's so many people in. Oh, grumpy one. All right, hello, welcome. Good to see you. Way weary. What's up? Good to see you. If you act like a psycho, the cops will treat you like a psycho. Yes. Who said that? Yeah, way weary.
Yeah, that's true too.
It's not the seatbelt. The cop wants to know where's the child seat. Yeah, for him because he's a child. Where's the child seat? I get it. Oh my goodness. But So there you go. You get these situations with these people that go through all of this nonsense, and it's like, well, they could have just taken the ticket, and that's it. Like, I don't get it, because I hear these, especially like when they say back the blue till it happens to you and all this nonsense. It's like, well, wait a minute. I've been pulled over before. I've gotten tickets before. So what?
And that's the thing. He probably would have gotten off with a warning had he have just been respectful, cooperative, and just put a seatbelt on when he got pulled over, instead of trying to go, I've had it on the whole time. I have no idea what you're talking about, and doing that whole screaming thing.
I'm tearing up my money. I'm breaking my glass. And afterwards, I guarantee you, just try to imagine the car ride home after that interaction. His wife, you stupid son of a bitch. Oh, man.
I can imagine being married to this guy.
She had to give him hell after that. Had to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But it's hard to look at some of this stuff sometimes, too, because it's like, ooh, so many of these situations could be solved by just give your driver's license. Okay, whatever. Here's the ticket. And even a lawyer, even Artie, anyone would tell you they're right in the sense of you don't have to talk to the cops, but you do have to give them your driver's license and this and that. So he doesn't have to admit that he had his seatbelt on or off or any of that. But you give them your license, whatever. They write you a ticket. You take the ticket and you go about your day, right? Instead, he's ruining his own day by doing all this crap. I mean, seriously, getting pulled over doesn't have to ruin your day. It can piss you off for about half an hour, and whatever day your court date is, like, oh boy. Or if you actually did it, all right, you know what? Maybe I will pay the fine.
I'm with unclean hands on this one. She did look scared, and with his anger, if he's going to act like that towards a cop,
maybe he's mean to her. Yeah, okay.
Definitely,
I could see that.
Some
it just makes me mad because he's in Wisconsin and this is my old car. In fact, this might literally be my old car.
Oh, it looks that much like it?
Yeah. And this is in Racine County, Wisconsin. So
look for funny looking hats, guys, in the car. Look for funny looking hats.
Right?
My seatbelt's on. You give me a ticket. You're taking my goddamn thing. You're giving me a ticket for my damn seatbelt on.
You do not have a seatbelt on.
My seatbelt is on. When you pull up to a stop, my seatbelt is on.
Not on.
It was on when we pulled up because you put it on when you got on the interstate. That's not true.
Oh my God.
That's not true. My
You're
seatbelt's
delusional.
My seatbelt is on. You pulled up to the traffic stop.
Well, yeah. You had it on.
My seatbelt is on.
Hey, let me ask you something. So if I drive past you, right, and I don't have my seatbelt on, and then you get behind me and I put my seatbelt on, does that mean you have it on?
That's not true. I'm not making guilt anything. My seatbelt is on.
Any guilt. I saw you do it.
I can't afford a fucking $10 seatbelt ticket for no reason.
Well, you could have afforded it, but you ripped your money off.
Those cash sheets are $10.
Yeah, he had like a bunch of singles and stuff. He freaked out. I thought I was going to have to drag him out of the car.
Because that's all it is. All they do is collect revenue for the state. That's all it is. Collecting revenue. I got my seatbelt. I'm getting in trouble for having my seatbelt.
A $10 seatbelt ticket, like it's the end of the world.
My seatbelt's on. I shouldn't be getting a ticket. I got my seatbelt on.
We should just arrest him for obstructing, being an ass about it.
Look, I got my seatbelt on.
Look at him, man.
It's on.
We watched him put it on every turn behind him, and then he's like yelling in the fucking mirror and stuff.
Bullshit. That's not right. That's not right. I won't do that to your family.
What was that?
Anyway, that's pretty much all that happens in there. The main thing was his freak out. And then the cops are like, what the heck are we supposed to do with this lunatic going out here tearing up money and breaking glasses and doing all this nonsense? Weird stuff, man. Weird stuff. Billy Yank for $5. I've never seen a grown man so skilled at throwing a temper tantrum. Oh, I'll tell you what, it's pretty crazy watching these people freak out, but that's all right because you get a Hezokuai happy dance. All right, thank you so much. Oh, love you guys. Let's see. Oh, Leland Squirrels is here. I didn't say hello to Leland. Leland, what's up? Leland's a big, big fan of the show. And ladies and gentlemen, for those of you, if there's anyone here who doesn't know, I say this every day, and I'm going to keep saying it every day because it's always true every day. Damn it. I have the best fans in the world, and I don't just say that because everyone says that. I have physical evidence to prove it. I have that painting right there that was painted by my fan, Judy Johansson. And right under that painting, I got a T-shirt. That's a Little Chihuahua Big World T-shirt that was given to me by my fan, Little Chihuahua Big World. And right there's a Frauditor Troll T-shirt given to me by my fan, Frauditor Troll. Next to that's a Debo's Nation T-shirt that was given to me by my fan, Debo's Nation. You can't really see it from here, but right next to the voodoo doll is a Kit Kat given to me by my fan, Keeping It Criminal. This thing was handmade, hand sewn by my fan and producer Salacious. This hacky sack was hand crocheted by my fan Leland Squirrels. Woo! No, wrong button. Love you, Leland. I didn't mean to do that. You know me better than that. Ladies and gentlemen, this was a gift. This News Now Enemy cup was a gift from my fan, News Now Enemy. Friend and fan, Dad Nabbit. Even David Perillo Jr., the pro Frauditor guy, gave me a gift. He gave me this Grateful Dead sticker because that's his favorite band, and he knows I like good music. I got the best fans in the world. Best fans in the world.
You have the second best fans in the world. I have the best chat in the world, but it's okay. It's okay to be wrong sometimes, Hezokuai.
That's all right. You know what? I'll accept that for two reasons. One, you're right. And two, half of them are in here right now.
I know. I know. They're fantastic, though.
So, round of applause for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
And a happy dance for the audience. All right. Thank you. This is great. Oh, man. Thank you. Thank you. You know what? It's weird that the way today turned out. So everyone, just so you know, I wasn't planning on having Miss Mandy up this morning. She was just like, hey, you mind if I hang out with you today? I'm like, yeah, why not? That'd be fun. But it turned out perfect because of the whatever the heck internet issues I'm having right now. It's actually good to have you here. You know, something to do and talk about. Because obviously just watching videos for some reason doesn't seem to be working right.
Well, it's good to be here.
Oh, glad to have you. Glad to have you. And since we have Mr. Unclean Hands in the house, we might as well watch an Unclean Hands video. All right, let's see. First Amendment Auditor with anger issues. That sounds like a good one. Oh, look at that card he's got. And I like that. Now, this is obviously the Unclean Hands card from my deck that he uses, but notice how he's got Jeremiah's wife in the corner there.
I keep my Schrodinger's cat card right on my computer just to remind me.
There you go.
Kind of why we do what we do.
That's right. Beautiful, beautiful. Love it.
I just keep it right here. I look at it every time I stream.
Okay. See, dagnabbit, because you're here, I don't want to sound weird, so I'm going to say something that I've been trying not to say. But here's the thing, because I wanted it to be a surprise, but one of my fans, and I won't tell you who it'll be part of the surprise. I'll send it to you. One of my fans bought you a full deck of my cards.
No kidding.
I'm gonna wrap them like a gift and put a note with them and then send it to you when I get it.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yes.
I wanted your deck so bad.
I didn't want to ruin it, but every time you mention the cards, it's like I want to say like, oh yeah, you already, and it's like, oh wait, no, she didn't get them yet. You didn't send them yet.
I'm gonna cry for real. Thank
we
you.
appreciate it.
Whoever it was, thank you
I
so
told you
much.
we got the best fans, don't we? Is this not the best damn community?
That was so nice.
Yes,
Thank
yes. So, which one is Mandy?
you. Bad is just being silly.
Oh my goodness gracious
Thank
me!
you so much,
You're
guys.
welcome. But yeah, I'm sorry. It's just I had to say something because again, I'm sitting here talking to you, and like I feel like I'm trying to hide something, and then I don't want to come off like where you start thinking, well, why is Hezokuai talking weird to me? Like, you know, does he not want me on? Or so, like, I didn't want to give the wrong impression.
I just figured it was your internet issues. I figured that was what was going on.
No. All right, so here we go.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, this is so
That
sweet.
means a lot to me.
Excellent. Well, I'm glad to hear that. And like I said, the reason why there's a delay on it is because because usually what I do when people buy the cards is I have them shipped directly to whoever bought them. But for yours, because it's a gift from one of my fans, I'm having it shipped to me, and then I'm gonna, make it nice and everything, and put information about who got it for you, and then send it off from there. So,
Thank
yeah,
you.
you're welcome.
I appreciate it so much.
No
I will definitely show them off on stream. I'll do an unboxing.
All right, sounds good to me. Here you go. And I already got your address and stuff from the other cards. That's why I thought I could totally make it a surprise. Like, you would never know. But then again, that might also have been weird because then one day you'd get a box and be like, I didn't order anything. The heck is this?
Good morning, folks. Back again with
some
another video. Doing a guy I used to cover quite a while ago. Used to be Albuquerque Audits, and then he changed his name to Educate and Regulate, or Regulate and Educate, or something.
Oh gosh, this guy.
He's still just as dumb as he ever was. Actually, I think he's gotten dumber. Let's check out some of his most recent work. You've just got to smash that camera way into the window.
What a douche.
Y'all are ridiculous.
You're the one who's acting ridiculous. Look at what you're doing.
Exactly. They're the ridiculous
ones. Yeah, they look ridiculous.
You're ridiculous.
They look so upset by your words,
bro. Camera.
You guys are in your office working.
No,
that's ridiculous.
You might be thinking to yourself, what's he talking about? What is so ridiculous? What are they doing that's so ridiculous? Yeah. Nobody has said a word to the guy. I don't understand what he's trying to do here.
I can't understand what you're saying.
And 10 minutes later, I've sped it up to about 80 times.
Let me rewind for a second. Look, see, it's reloaded all the way up to here.
And 10 minutes later, I've sped it up to about...
Let me rewind it a little bit.
Ridiculous. Nobody has said a word to the guy. I don't understand what he's trying to do here. And 10 minutes later, I've sped it up to about 80 times speed, and that's what we're looking at now. He's just standing there like an idiot.
You know what? I'll tell you what. And before we even get into it, before it gets into it, I was just thinking, just watching that, like right there, right at the very beginning of the video, more proof that our side is right. If they were telling the truth and they were being genuine about what they say they're trying to do, he's standing there filming and literally no one is saying a word to him. No one is bothering him. So is he just standing there filming? No, you guys are being ridiculous.
Trying to stir something. Yep.
Well, shouldn't it be the fact that they're not bothering him? Shouldn't that just be an automatic pass? If the if the whole point of the audit is to be left alone, shouldn't he be celebrating the fact that they're leaving him alone? Not calling them ridiculous for doing it?
You would think.
Right? It's like they cannot, they can't, they keep just moving the goalposts, they say, right? They keep changing, like, it's the same thing like I say when they talk about if they walk into a room and they say, you don't belong in here, they say, there's no sign. But if there is a sign, they say, well, that sign's unconstitutional, right? If they walk in a building and everyone leaves them alone, you failed because you ignored me. But if people talk to them, they say, you failed because you engaged me. Like, you can't win no matter what you do.
Oh, gosh. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Y'all are fucking stupid. Y'all are ridiculous, man. This is so stupid for no reason. Y'all are so ridiculous, bro. This is such a waste of time, my dude.
It would be nice if I knew what the hell he was talking about. He hasn't asked them for anything. They haven't bothered him. What exactly is this about?
Yeah, you're a journalist. Where's the story?
Fucking ridiculous, bro.
You won't even explain what's happening.
This fucker's back.
Okay, I'm going to cut out everything where he's not saying something or they're not saying something, which is most of this video. So hang on.
You guys are sorry. I want you to understand that. Just keep that smile on your face behind this locked door. Y'all are fucking stupid and ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous, bro.
Is that all he knows how to say?
Guess what? Fuck you.
Grown up.
They're so scared, but they got employees walking in right now. They're so scared. There's such a fucking sense of urgency, but they got employees walking through the door. This is ridiculous, bro. This is ridiculous. This is harassment and fucking everything.
What are you talking about?
You suck at your job. You're ridiculous. Fuck you.
I think he's 100% right. This is totally harassment. That's all he's doing is harassing these people. Doesn't want anything from them. They haven't asked him for anything.
He added
Just
another
standing there
picture of her.
screaming and swearing and cussing at him, and they don't do a goddamn thing about it. Yeah, New Mexico, I guess. Insane.
I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you. I don't need somebody with I don't got a gun. I don't have a gun. Fucking gun. Not armed. I'm not armed. Treat me like a regular civilian. Not like somebody that's fucking wanted. Not like somebody that's a criminal. I'm a fucking victim. You bum fucking Mr. Clean looking ass motherfucker.
This boy's obviously got some issues. I think they're smart by not allowing him in. He doesn't want to go through the, the check process where you go into a building like that.
They're all victims.
Social services building. They're not letting him in unless he signs in, goes through all that, goes through the checkpoint. He doesn't want to do that because he's special. He's a special boy who can't seem to hold his temper very well. I don't see this guy having a long, fruitful life at all.
Hey, I'll let you right now. You ain't cornering me. I will go grab my firearm and I'll stand right out in the parking lot.
Call him. Nothing illegal about it. If you plan on cornering me, I'm going to defend myself. Ain't nothing wrong about it. I'll arm myself up just like you guys. You guys got guns, but you're so scared of somebody, they don't even got a fucking gun. That's not even carrying. But you're so scared.
These are two lunatics
Trying to
in a
tell me
row.
to plan. Fuck you guys. You guys are sorry. You guys are ridiculous. Fuck y'all, bro.
Christina Probst, what's up?
Every single one of you. Fuck you.
What do you think? A little bit unhinged, this guy? And this guy does carry firearms. He does.
Doc Danger's in the house, ladies and gentlemen.
it ended up well for him. Let's take a peek at one of his lives he just did last night. His camera work is atrocious. I mean, it's horrible.
He's a professional
And he
journalist.
does this all the time. Let's check it out.
Man, offering.
It's all good. Hey,
oh, he's a journalist with a potato.
That second house right there by the tape, no? Hey, I'm a journalist. I'm watching. No, just a little different. But I am watching them. Do you mind if I stand in your yard and watch them?
You mind?
The guy he's talking to owns a house on the other side of the crime scene tape, and he asked him permission to go over there and stand in his yard. Well, obviously, the guy that owns the house is standing on this side of the tape for a reason. So let's see how this goes.
Look at the tape. Hey, I'm just letting you know I got permission from that homeowner to stand in front of his yard, so that's where I'm going to go.
I'll tell you what, this is almost over anyway, so I'll stop it there. But because this is the thing that I don't get, like with the buffering thing that's happening to me right now. Right now, it's fine when I'm sitting here talking to you. But when I'm playing the video, it does it. So I don't know what the heck's going on with that. Yeah. And my internet connection is strong.
Mine has been doing it lately on StreamYard. So
ooh, maybe it's a StreamYard thing.
It might be.
StreamYard, you nasty, dirty, rotten, no good. You're not OBS, buddy. Get it together or we're all going to snitch.
And coming back in.
Yeah.
It's just a thought. It probably won't do any good, but it's just a thought.
Yeah, I'm not going to drop. But
okay, I don't blame you.
Yeah. But it is what it is. I see what you're saying. Things like that. But that's all right. Because Becca said she gets the same issue with StreamYard too.
Yeah, that's probably.
I honestly, I mean, I don't know, but I would think just based on what little knowledge I do have of the internet and computers and the way they work, that maybe StreamYard never actually expected to get as big as they did, so their servers weren't necessarily prepared for the amount of activity that they get every day. I don't know, because I know actually. My most recent video had nothing to do with what I do at all. It was a gameplay video of the game Diablo 4 because Diablo 4 isn't out yet. And they had what they called a stress test. And it was literally that. They wanted as many people to log on and play as possible so they could see exactly how many people their servers could handle. And since I was doing that anyway, I figured, I'll just video it and post it. But that's what made me think of it. Because, like, yeah, if you get too many people on the servers and they're not ready for it, it could crash the whole system and cause all kinds of, slow down or whatever. But whatever. So, how are you doing?
Doing good. My channel's getting there. It's growing slowly, but getting there.
Excellent.
I was thinking about your channel the other day. I remember when Schrodinger's cat shouted you out. Said, all right, everybody, do what we do and go over and subscribe to Hezokuai. And I was like, Hezokuai, okay. I'll go subscribe to Hezokuai. Yes. And I've been subscribed to you for a long time.
Yes, you have.
And I just remember when Schrodinger's cat shouted you out. I was like in that first 100 or two.
Yes. Yeah. It was, what happened was I was at like under 30 subscribers for like 10 years because I never really did anything on the channel. What happened was I invented the channel basically to dump all my music on, because I wanted to be able to release it somewhere. And then after that, I kind of almost forgot I had a YouTube channel. And then I started doing reviews of football games. Like I did these Chicago Bears character. And then what happened was I discovered these idiots, the sovereign citizens or whatever. I started making fun of them. And then Law Talk with Mike gave me a shout out. And that gave me my first 300 subs. And then about a month later, Schrodinger gave me a shout out. And that's when I hit 1,000. And then from there, it's just been, I'm not growing at the speed of light, but I've been growing ever since. I haven't had well, okay, to be fair, I did have a few down months last summer, but that was because that was the first summer where my wife was in Wisconsin, I was in Florida, and we had split custody, and the kids were with me for 6 months. So during that time, I wasn't really focused on that. I was focused on the kids, you know.
I can pick
Now
up
they're
time.
with her, and so I have more time to worry about this, you know. But other than that, I've just been going up ever since, you know.
That's
So
fantastic. As long as you're going up and not down.
yes,
I tell myself if I can just get 1 subscriber a day, I'll be happy.
right? Oh man, that'd be beautiful.
One a day, I'll be thrilled. And that's how mine started too. I just started it with family stuff, and I've had it for so long. And I was just putting family stuff on it. My son plays the keyboard and the drums, and I would just record his stuff and put it on there. And then I kind of didn't think anything else about it. And Schrodinger's cat did a thing for members only, where he did a raffle to bring members up on a stream and hang out. And he drew my name. And he was like, you can come up or not come up, it's up to you. And I barely spoke in chat. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. I'm trying to come out of my shell a little bit because I was so quiet. And he's like, well, good, I want you to. And it was like one of his Sunday night streams, and it lasted for hours.
Yeah.
And I had such a good time with him and AMG, just hanging out and talking. And he told me afterwards, he's like, you could do something in this community. You could do something. He's like, you've got the personality for it. You've got the gumption for it. You could do it. And it just stuck in my head. And once my health got some better, I was like, I'm going to try to do something in this community. My ex-husband is a sovereign citizen, which is not something that I was comfortable telling people before, but I consider this community like a family now. And that's what got me researching sovereign citizens in the first place. And that's how I found the community. Schrodinger's cat was still doing flat earth stuff kind of back then, but that's kind of how I found the community-ish. Right. And it showed me that we are on the side of good, and we take these people, if they want to change, under our wing and help them. And I just think that makes us so much far above and beyond better, not people, but better in what we do.
Oh yeah, I agree 100%. And I want to address what you just talked about. But first of all, I want to address $2 from Raven Wing. Good morning, Tez, Miss Mandy, and everyone. And here's your happy dance. All right. Thank you very much. All right. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I got the best fans in the world. Best fans in the world. I got the best fans in the world. Best fans in the world. All right. All right. Tanny, the super necessary BS detector. I've been around since Hezokuai had only a handful of subs. That's right. For those of you who were here at the time about a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, I did this thing where I went back and I actually pulled up my very first ever live stream and did the chat replay to see who was in the very first chat that's still around and who wasn't. And I went through and the chat and acknowledged everyone who's still there. Unclean Hands was there. Leland Squirrels was there. A lot of people were there. It's good stuff. But anyway, Schrodinger was a huge part of a huge influence for so many of us, and obviously, as you're well aware, huge for me. And that's why, again, my book is dedicated to him. I got my special edition was the Schrodinger's cat card, was the special edition card. Everything, every video I make has a dedication to Schrodinger's cat in it at the end. I don't know. It's just, I feel like, and you kind of mentioned it a little bit, but it's one of the things that I talk about a lot. In fact, I was just talking about it a little bit yesterday, because a little bit of a political thing started coming up, and some people in the chat were like going, oh, well, I think this and I think that, and all that, and back and forth. But my whole point was, that's one of the reasons why I love this community so much, because there's so many different types of people, so many different ideas, philosophies, beliefs, whatever, but we all can come together and agree that, you know, truth is truth. And what these idiots are doing is stupid and it's wrong. And like you said, as far as the community coming together, like, look at what happened with Mark Stout.
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
and Big West, he's another one. You know, it's like, look, if you realize, like, yeah, you know what, this is stupid, I better not do this anymore, we'll be the first ones to say, good, you know, come on over, you know, you hang out with the guys that are on the right side of things. And I get so mad sometimes when I watch these guys, when I watch these videos, because it isn't just the fact that, you know, yeah, they're idiots and they're being stupid and you point and laugh, and that's how it all started, right? Like, oh, point and laugh, it's stupid. But, and I still do that, of course, but it gets so frustrating because it seems to me, and my philosophy is that over time, the police have become more and more aware of these guys, not just the frauditors, but the sovereign citizens in general, right? The whole like umbrella sovereign citizen thing, which includes frauditors and all that. As the police have become more aware of them and what they do, they've been handling them differently.
Absolutely.
And being told in some cases to disengage or to ignore them. So now they're targeting normal people, regular citizens more often, so that those people have to call the cops. So the cops have to engage now because they have to respond to the call. So I've seen them pushing normal civilians more and more and more. And that really drives me nuts.
My ex was in jail, was arrested for felony domestic battery, and he was whispered in his ear by a jailhouse lawyer, "Hey, I know how you can get out of this. You just tell them you don't recognize their government, you don't recognize the courts, you don't recognize their laws because your religious beliefs was almost full more." Is the way that he went. And this was in 2006, or I'm sorry, 2003, which was before the trainings and all that really happened. And he got away with it. He didn't get off, but he got more of a slap on the wrist, I think, than he would have gotten, because the judge quoted, I'm not going to disrespect anyone's religious beliefs. And I'm like, he's Baptist. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I was married to this guy for 10 years. He's lying. But, you know, there was no way to prove any of the religious stuff that he was claiming to now have. And he got off a lot lighter. Now, I think if he pulled that, they would laugh him out of court and he would be in a whole lot of trouble. But I immediately, I came home and I was like, I have to look this stuff up. And that's when I started doing sovereign citizen research. Yeah. But he claimed, I'm a sovereign man on the land, and I was like, what? What? Are you joking? And that's how all that started.
It's amazing how you know, so many people think like that's how you get away with stuff. And this is, and I actually wanted to mention this earlier with the video we were watching, the first one, or was it the second? I don't, whatever, because they were both people in their cars, but with a guy getting pulled over or whatever, this idea that there are so many situations where people do get off with a warning. And to me, that is even more of proof that these guys are so wrong in their overall philosophy. Because first of all, if they were right, because what do they always say? The only reason traffic tickets exist at all, it has nothing to do with safety, it has nothing to do with regulations, it has nothing to do with the fact that you don't want to lock people up for a minor traffic citation. That's cruel and unusual punishment. Right. That's too much. Correct. There has to be something, so you fine them. Right? Because then nobody would follow traffic laws and everyone would just run everybody over all the time and no one would care. So
traveling in my personal conveyance.
Right? Yeah, well, travel into jail, you idiot. But yes, so but the philosophy that the only reason they give tickets is to get money for the state. Why would any cop ever let someone go with a warning if that was true? If the only reason they pulled you over in the first place was to take your money, why wouldn't they give you the ticket to take your money? Why would they ever let someone go with a warning? It happens all the time. It would happen more to you guys if you'd give them your license and then they'd say, okay, next time slow down. All right, thanks, officer. But no, they have to not roll their window down and not give their license. It keeps pushing and pushing and pushing until they get their window busted out and get dragged off to prison. Like, what? You're making the situation. Oh.
Yeah, you're creating it, making it much worse. Are you supposed to do something at 8:20?
What happened? Yeah, I don't know, man. These guys are nuts.
The chatter like, it's 8:20. It is 8:20.
Oh, it's 8:20. Oh, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Cupcake, if you're watching, here's your Hezokuai happy dance. All right. Thank you very much. Yes, I'm here with Miss Mandy 777. Every Saturday night, I have the Saturday Night Snafu with me and the Frauditor News Network. And I promised her last Saturday after the show, she's like, every day before I go into work and right around 8:20, I'm always watching and I'm waiting for a happy dance because it makes me go to work with a good mood and a smile on my face. So I decided, I told my fans, from now on, every day at 8:20, remind me what time it is so I can do a happy dance for Cupcake.
Love it. Love it.
Here's another one just because, why not? All right. Thank you very much. There she is. Hey, all right. Now we know she saw it. Yay. Excellent. All
Love
right.
her content.
Yes, her content is fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, subscribe to Miss Mandy 77. Subscribe to Frauditor News Network. And subscribe to me, damn it.
Yes. It's right there. Just hit the button. See? Right there.
Yes. And everybody in here is already subscribed. I know that. But anyway, I love you guys. You never know. There might be some people watching who are new and don't know. Doc Danger's happy to see her. What's up, Doc? Man.
What's up, Doc? Yeah, I picked that up.
Oh, my goodness gracious me. All right. So now I wanted to do something. This is a little different. I'm not really going to like show these videos. I just wanted to, this is my fan Billy Yank, ladies and gentlemen. Sent me these in an email. They're just short little clips that I'm going to show because, again, the actual content of these videos is like really boring. But these are examples of actual constitutional law scholars. So we can compare and contrast this to chili concarnated, decastrated, DeCastro face to see what an actual constitutional law scholar sounds like. Just to give you guys an idea. Here we go.
Organizations having to pay for having wrongly injured somebody's reputation.
Oh, am I buffering again already? Dagnabbit!
So it's about civil liability, not criminal punishment, not injunctions, civil damages liability. Well, that makes sense when there are lawsuits against media outlets that either have money or have insurance policies. What happens when the internet allows people who don't have any assets to say things that are posted online on sites that are then very easily accessible to the public? When somebody searches for the plaintiff's name on Google, they see these posts, they're potentially defamatory, but the plaintiff sues the defendant for damages. There's nothing to be had. The defendant doesn't have any money. The defendant often is anonymous. It's very hard to track down. The defendant might be outside the jurisdiction. What do you do then? And it turns out that courts, prosecutors are coming up with new approaches. Sometimes it's criminal libel prosecution. We thought that was long in the past. No, it turns out it happens probably about 20 criminal libel prosecutions a year in the country. Their injunctions are actually now commonplace against libel. And then there's this public-private enforcement partnership where people go to court to get injunctions, not to get them enforced in court, but to get Google to de-index materials from the internet in response to those injunctions. And each of those kinds of remedies actually has its own pluses, but also has potential minuses.
Okay, now, what? Well, here's the thing, though. The reason why I wanted to show that clip is because he's specifically talking about, like, libel, right? This is an actual constitutional law scholar talking about libel laws and how they're handled in the modern world. We've been hearing a lot of that exact same conversation from Chile lately. But what does he say? I'm going to sue you because I'm going to sue you because I'm going to sue and you're going to get sued because I'm a constitutional law scholar. So I'm going to sue you. Like,
that's what I do for a living.
Yeah. Like, what the hell is that? Like, no legalese at all. And what did this guy just explain? Hey, in the last year, there have been over 20 people that have gotten in trouble for libel. 20 in a year. Chile files more lawsuits than that yesterday.
I see that happening eventually. I really do. And I'm not just saying that to kind of razz on him. I really see it kind of happening with him. Filing all these lawsuits that are just baseless. I see that happening.
Oh, yeah. And eventually, I mean, I'm not sure, because it's not the same as like the whole Kim Blandino thing where they actually declared him a vexatious litigant. But there's got to be something that they can do once they realize that all this idiot does is file false garbage to, like, punish him for filing so much false garbage.
Right.
It's going to come down. And he's got outstanding warrants still. One of these days, the hammer's going to come down on him, and it's going to come down hard, and he's going to cry like the woman he is. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to assume his gender. But anyway, he definitely doesn't have one, except for, I'm the alpha male. I'll beat you up and take you in the ring, and then, okay, let's go in the ring. Oh, no, wait, my knee hurts. I can't.
Got high knee pressure.
Man, that guy is such a tool. We don't do too much chili around here because, I mean, it's easy to do chili because the jokes write themselves because he's so dumb.
Did you see his response to the Las Vegas Police Department? The actual paperwork? It is so funny.
Oh, yes, I did. Everybody's been reading that off. I think I watched a couple people read it, actually. So I've seen that a couple times. I'm waiting for June, I think 13th is when he's going to be on the same channel that did Kim Blandino.
Our Nevada Judges.
Yes, Our Nevada Judges. Yeah, they're going to
Alex Falcone that runs that channel is fantastic. Him and his wife run that channel, and they are just amazing people. They put a lot of hard work into that channel, so I would really go check them out if you guys could.
Yeah, definitely, ladies and gentlemen. Definitely check out Our Nevada Judges. It's a great channel. Awesome courtroom stuff, and especially the Blandino saga. But there's a lot of great stuff on there. A lot of great cases.
has a court case coming up, too.
Who does?
Blandino.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Wasn't he just on with Artie a couple weeks ago?
Yes, and he is still in Artie's comment section. Still arguing with people. It's blows my mind. He has a court case coming up on July 20th, or Kim Blandino does.
Yeah. Well, he's another one that, like, I mean, it's hard to say because he's had several mental health evaluations, and they all say that he's fine and he's competent or whatever. But it just seems like almost like what you were saying, like using the idea of religion because you don't want to, like, go after somebody, you know, with their religion or whatever to get away with stuff, you know, and that's another thing that drives me nuts too, you know, is when people use religion as an excuse to do something they shouldn't be doing. It's like, give me a break. I don't have to follow laws because God told me to preach the word. Okay, so how do you preach the word of God? By breaking laws and saying God told me I don't have to follow laws? Like, what are you doing to, I think it was just I was sent here to live in Nevada my whole life and not be a citizen because God may call me to move somewhere else someday. Okay, but in the meantime, you're living in Nevada. No, I'm just staying there. They all play word games. I'm not living there. I'm just residing there for the moment. Like, okay, buddy, whatever.
I can't figure out if they're just trying to burn somebody out with the wordplay and the constant talking in circles, or if they really believe the crap that they're trying to sell, and that they are trying to convince themselves, or if it's a little bit of both, depending on who it is.
Well, all right. So I got an answer for that. So
Okay.
there's basically three different things. There's people who actually do believe it, people who know it's BS but just do it because it's part of the game, and people who it's a little bit of both. All three are true depending on who you're talking about. But ultimately, no matter what the person using it believes, what it is, and you could go back, I think it started like in the 1920s or 1930s, old school textbook con man fast talking technique. That's what it is.
Right.
It's all about the basis of it is one, flipping words, right? Because they always have their own definitions of words. So when they're talking to you, like if they say, "Hey, am I traveling?" and they say yes, you say, "Ha ha, you just admitted that I'm traveling." Ha. Like, what? What are you talking about? Right? It's wordplay to get you to say something, whatever. But it's also about, and this is the main thing, asking questions. And this is the thing. This is the old school technique that they use. And they don't even necessarily know they're using it. They just follow the script and it happens.
Right.
The idea is you ask someone a question, then while their brain is still trying to formulate the answer, you ask another question and it completely discombobulates their mind. And if they're not used to this sort of fast talking, con man styled circular logic, then they're going to get all discombobulated and they're going to sound stupid. And immediately that's when they jump in with their word salad. And it's all a word game. That's what it is. But it's, it's exactly the same as there's this old trick that con men used to do and still do, really, except nowadays there's a lot less cash. It's more credit cards. But especially like when I first started working, I was working as a cashier, and the first job I ever had, actually, I was a cashier at Burger King. And they taught me day one about this because it was, and this is one of the reasons why I recognize it when I see it, because I was trained on it day one. There was this scam going around big time at that moment where somebody would come in with, say, order like whatever the cheapest thing on the menu was. Let's just say one burger, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it'd be like, okay, at that time, there's $1. So they'd say, okay, and they'd pay with a 20. So you'd be making their change, and then they'd be like, hey, can you break this 20 while you have your drawer open? And and you say, okay. So you got the 20 they gave you, then you got the other 20, and so you give them $20 change, and well, you still owe me $19 change. So, oh yeah, okay. And he's like, all right, but I wanted change for a 20, so you owe me $20. Before you know it, they're telling you to give them $60, $80, $90. But the way that they explain it to you is like, no, you gave me 20, but then I gave you 10, but then you gave me 20. But they do that fast talking circular logic to throw you off and confuse you. It's exactly the same thing, but they're doing it to the cop about the laws.
Where do you think Chili falls into that category? Or which category, rather, do you think
he's just a narcissist. He's just here's where Chili falls. This is what I really honestly think about Chili. I think that when he was young and his acting career didn't work out and he got in trouble with the police for the whole GHB thing or whatever the hell it was, and then stealing jeans because he wanted to look cool in his jeans or whatever the hell it was.
I don't know about that. He stole jeans?
There's something where he got arrested for theft, and he was on a live stream, and somebody called him out about it, and he was like, "Oh, I stole a couple pairs of jeans. So what?" I mean, I don't know the specifics of what it actually was, but yeah, he got busted for theft, and then he got busted for the GHB thing or whatever. But somewhere within that, the cops did something that, and I don't know. Nobody knows except for him and the cops who did it what actually happened. But he is adamant that they put him in a rape cage and did something funky to his butt, and And
He's so obsessed with
dedicated
that.
his entire life to hating cops since then. Basically, he's literally butthurt that he got busted for something. And like all of these douche canoes, instead of taking responsibility for his actions and being a man and admitting that he was wrong and moving on with his life, it's not his fault for doing something wrong. It's the cop's fault for busting him. So he's going to dedicate his life to getting revenge on the evil cops.
Oh. Mm-mm-mm.
Mm-mm-mm.
So, and this is just out of curiosity, where do you think Jeremiah Payne falls in that category?
I think, okay, so I think that he's in the side of people that actually are that stupid. There's people who I think like they know better, but they do it anyway. Jeremiah, I think he actually is that stupid. Like he does what he does because he doesn't know any better. He's just like get a
You think
job.
he doesn't know any better?
Well, yeah, and
Okay.
the mentality like, why should I get a job when I could just do this and get paid?
Yeah.
And that goes back to the whole like e-begging thing, right? Like everyone's like, oh, well, you guys make money off of your videos. It's like, yeah, but I'm not sitting here telling you guys, hey, my kids are not going to eat tonight. If you people don't give me money, you better give me money now. I'm guilt tripping you into feeding my kids because I
Right.
can't be a man and feed my own kids.
I think he has the mindset that people owe him something. People
world
owe him money. Like, we should give him money. People should give him this.
Yeah.
It's expected. And that's not the way it works.
Right.
Like, if I get a super chat, I'm extremely thankful for it. And
Yes.
I watched him jump somebody over a $20 super chat. Don't super chat me. I don't get that till the end of the month. Send it through my PayPal or Cash App. Do not super chat me. And I'm thinking, they just sent you a $20 super chat. I would be falling out of my chair if somebody sent me a $20 super chat. Are you really fussing at somebody over that?
If I got a $20 super chat, I would literally dance. All right. Yeah, and somebody told me like
Lisa, I agree. Lisa, yeah.
What did
Grifting
Lisa
his
White
whole life.
say?
He was-
Jerry's been grifting his whole life. He was taught that mentality. That's right.
I
Let me tell you
agree.
something about Lisa White. She was our very first winner of a voodoo doll.
Cool.
Salacious actually made 8 of these. She only ever is going to make 8. There's only ever going to be 8. Technically, there's a 9th one, but that was the prototype. The first thing she made practicing how to make these. This is number 6. His name is Now Voodoo. See, he's numbered at the bottom.
Oh, cool. I didn't know they
And
were numbered.
he's currently under house arrest. That's his ankle monitor. He generally gets tased at least 3-4 times a day. He. Do you know anything about the Now Voodoo saga?
I know that the voodoo doll comes into my chat every so often, hiding from you.
Yes, he's got his Wi-Fi right there. Here's the thing. So this guy audited a post office, and I posted that video. Blackheart Knight did one of the kinds of videos that we do on his post office audit. That weekend, Blackheart Knight was my guest on my Saturday night channel. So this guy took over and got in a fight with Blackheart Knight.
I love Blackheart Knight.
Then
Dairy.
Unclean Hands posted a video where he found this guy's child, and he owes $175 million in back child support on baby voodoo doll.
175 million.
So then, in the meanwhile, every month I have a raffle on this channel. And over the period of time, I've been giving out some of these voodoo dolls as raffle prizes. Lisa White got one. Little Chihuahua Big World got one. Well, Little Chihuahua Big World's voodoo doll, this is Now Voodoo. Hers has turned into Now Douche Canoe. So now Now Douche Canoe is starting to post videos watching and criticizing and analyzing News Now Voodoo's auditing style. So News Now Voodoo came out with a follow-up video where he audits a library and a gym. And then he gets caught by me and he gets tased over it. And then Blackheart Knight made another video covering that. And the saga's been going on and on. Now, right now, there's a trial coming up for his back child support.
Uh-oh.
I subpoenaed and already have testimony. I have taped testimony from News Now Voodoo Baby, played by Unclean Hands. I got testimony from Blackheart Knight. I got testimony from Voodoo Bob from the Graham and Bob Show. I got
Look at the chat.
From News Now Douche Canoe from Little Chihuahua Big World. And unbeknownst to everyone, Leland Squirrels came out of nowhere with Cat Scratch Voodoo, his long-lost cousin, and they're all going to show up at the trial. It's going to be an amazing trial for the back child support.
Miss News Now Voodoo.
Saga continues.
Miss News Now Voodoo's in the chat. Tell that deadbeat I want my money.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. You guys are so funny.
I love these guys. They're great. So the News Now Voodoo story. You didn't know any of this?
I didn't know this story. No, this is great.
Did you see any of News Now Voodoo's audits ever?
Yeah, I seen one, the going to the post office one, but I didn't see the gym, and I didn't see the other
library.
One. Yeah, the library. I didn't see that one.
Well, the library and the gym are in the same video, but yeah. So it took on a life of its own, and it became this whole thing. Anyway, the whole reason I brought all of this up is because Lisa White was in the chat. She was the first one ever to win a monthly raffle on this channel and win a voodoo doll. But I haven't given away all 8 yet. Number 6 is mine forever. And then that's number 2. And he's retired. He just hangs out in the back with his guitar. But ladies and gentlemen, this month, anyone who gives any donation to this channel for any amount is automatically put in a raffle to win candidate number 8. Voodoo doll number 8. They're all numbered. There it is on the bottom. We call him candidate number 8 because I took a vote, and he ran on the platform that if he gets elected, he will pardon News Now Voodoo. But we're not going to let that happen because his trial's coming up. He can't stop it now. But he won the election, so he's going to be the prize in this month's raffle. After this, there's only going to be 2 left for me to give away. Number 7. And then one that I don't know the number, but I have, and this is for everyone to know, and this is good for you to know too. In this box, I have one of the voodoo dolls. I never even opened it from the package that Salacious sent it in, so I have no idea which number it is. A copy of my book, and a full set of my cards, because Series 1 is done now. It's gone. And next month is when we're going to start coming out with the Series 2 cards.
Cool.
A full set of Series 1 cards, a voodoo doll, mystery number, unopened, and a copy of my book. I call this my 10K box. If I ever reach 10,000 subs, this is going to be that month's prize. That way, people who, as of right now, have no idea who I am and might be interested in some of this stuff, never had an opportunity to get it because they don't even know it exists. So that's my plan for that. Ladies and gentlemen, $2 from Highway Star.
Thank you, Highway Star.
You know what that means, Miss Mandy? Highway Star just entered you into this month's raffle.
Yay, thank you.
Here's your happy dance. All right. Thank you so very much. So, I told you Blackheart Knight and News Now don't get along.
So everybody, y'all know what that means. We got to get him to 10K. So share out his streams, not just like and subscribe, but share them out so other people can see them and have a chance to see if they like the content and this is something they want to watch and they want to share out. So share it too. Hit that
excellent.
Share
Thank
button.
you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Blackheart Knight talking crap about News Now Voodoo. See, News Now Voodoo has no personal responsibility. What else is new? We got gifted membership from Jam and Jet. And here's a happy dance for Jam and Jet. All right. Thank you so very much. You know what? This is good. This is good. We're having fun. You know what? It's so weird. And I said this earlier, but it turned out so perfect that you decided to show up this morning again because of the internet issues I'm having. It's like you saved the show ultimately. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Perfect day for you to just. Oh no, there he is. There he is. Oh, that little turd bomber. Yeah, I can see him. He's got his phone there and he's typing on it. Ooh.
I do what I want.
Whatever. I do what I want.
That's exactly how I read that too.
All right, you guys. You know what? I'm tired of this Blackheart Knight always giving me a hard time. And yeah, okay, I was talking in the chat, but let me tell you something. I want to tell you guys so you can see me, because every time, oh, no, wait, no. See, I always end up getting tased. No!
I love it.
Get back in the chat room, you punk. Danny for $2. Tase him. All right, here you go.
Round 2.
Thanks a lot, Danny. Thanks a lot. Ow! Oh no! Okay, Hez. Okay. No, Hez. Don't do it. No. I was traveling. I was just traveling. I wasn't driving. Oh, no. I'm an American national. I'm not a citizen.
I was traveling.
You can't do this to me because the UCC 1984-Chili de Castro sauce in my butt.
All right, thank you very much. All right, thank you, Danny, for the $2. Anyway, he's still talking trash. He can type on the phone all he wants, but when he starts talking to my fans on my show, trying to hijack everything, the best was on the Blackheart Night show when he was my guest. I actually, because on Saturday I always have a pre-recorded intro, so I had it set up to where News Now Voodoo actually took over the show during the intro. It was like glitching out, and he was taking over the broadcast. And then, Blackheart Night for $2. Tase him for me. All right.
Here you go.
All right, Blackheart.
This is so funny.
You know, when you were on Hezokuai show next month, I'm gonna get you, boy. I'm gonna get. Blackheart Night curses right in my eye.
That electric sound.
Ouch! Ouch! Oh my goodness! What's the Third Amendment?
That electric sound is what kills me. It's that electric sound that gets me. I love it.
Thank you very much. That's beautiful, beautiful stuff. We have a lot of fun here. Let's see. Oh, look at this. Another $2 from Highway Star. You ain't done yet, Voodoo. Uh-oh.
All right. Okay, listen, Highway Star. Just because my cousin lives at your house doesn't give you the right to come after me. What are you doing? Hey, stop. I don't even like Deep Purple. What are you doing? You keep Blackheart sucks. Ouch. No. Daily email's a jerk.
Sorry about that. control sometimes. Drunk, the little dude.
Oh gosh. No, Logan. No.
This
Bad
has
Logan.
evolved into a. Wait, let's see. Let's break Mandy somehow. Show a cat in a bag video. Oh
No.
no.
No, not doing that.
Speaking of cats, have you ever there's this thing I've mentioned a few times about Josh Abrams, accountability for all. He was talking about, because he's one of the people that's an example of kind of the opposite of what we've been talking about. He's one of these ones who he's not that stupid. He knows damn well exactly what he's doing.
Right,
and
exactly.
Outright says that he admits he does it on purpose, intentionally, just because that's what he does on his channel to get paid. He's not shy about it, and he doesn't hide it. He admits it outright. And he said on a live stream once,
I believe that.
Oh yeah, he said it. He said, "Well, I'm playing a character, and I just go out there and I do my thing, and if those people don't like it, that's their problem."
You know who else has told me that they're playing a character? Broken system, broken trust.
He said on a live stream, not one of mine, but he was in here yesterday actually. But he said, when I first started doing this, I actually treated the cops with respect and was out there. And these were his words. He said, I was doing it for the right reasons. But then I realized that when you do that, you don't get the negative reaction you're looking for. So I've changed it. I mean, how much more of an admittance that we're right do you need?
That sounds very Chili-ish.
Yes.
Didn't Chili say something very similar to this? I used to be good to him, bro. I used to be good to him when he was being arrested, something like that. And and they just didn't listen. I stood out there for hours. Yeah.
Right, because that's their job, is to listen. See, that's part of the problem. They always have this idea that, like, it's the cop's job to do what you tell him to do. You work for me. You got to do what I say. And you have to consent to be arrested. But then I always say, well, if that's true, if you're right and that's true, and I go out and I kill a bunch of people, and then the cops show up at my house because they found out I killed a bunch of people, they say, come out. And I say, I do not consent. They, oh, damn it, we got to let them go. All right, buddy, have a nice day. And then they have to leave because I said I don't consent. Like, no, I don't think that's how the world works, man. But they get so mad. But anyway, the point I was trying to make with the accountability for all thing was, it isn't just these idiots, it's their fans. Their fans egg them on and make them worse.
They do.
Yes. SGV is a good example. If you watch any one of his live streams and you look at the chat, they're like, give him the shanduli, give him the sauce, pepper spray that lady. They're egging him on, egging him on, egging him on.
Where do you think SGV falls? Do you think SGV believes?
Okay, so you know how people talk about the bottom of the barrel, like the stuff that settles down to the bottom of the barrel?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, SGV is not the bottom of the barrel. If you tilt the barrel and look at the stuff under the bottom of the barrel, that's where SGV stands. He's just a punk. He's literally an asshole who found out that it's possible to get paid to be an asshole on YouTube. That's it.
Yeah, I can see that definitely.
Yep. But anyway, the Josh thing, what he said was, and this shows you the kind of fan base they have. He says, look, I know my fans. I know that if I decided to change my channel to a channel where my only content was me filming myself murdering kittens, my fans would love it and they'd probably give me twice as much money. It's like, these are the kind of people who support these guys, and they know it.
I bet I would tell people that. Oh my gosh, what in the world?
But how do they
That's so disturbing. It's so disturbing.
Yes. Well, see, like I always say, and this is Leland's bringing it up, the frauditors are the tyrants. And I say that, because look at their MO, right? Okay, so I'm going to walk into a building and everyone who works there, no matter how many customers are waiting, no matter how many people need service, no matter what's going on, immediately has to stop what they're doing and help me. And if I ask them to do something, they have to do it immediately upon demand because I'm your boss. Well, what about all the other people here that are also taxpayers? Screw them. I'm the guy with the camera. I'm the only one who matters. And when they go to someone in the general public and you say, don't film me, and because you said that, they film you even more. The only way they could win is through increased tyranny. Because how are you going to force everyone in the world to never ask you not to film them? Except by tyrannical control of speech. Taking away our freedom of speech, you're no longer allowed to say, please don't film me. You're no longer allowed in their world to leave your house. Don't go out in public then. Get a job in the private sector. But if you do that, they're going to audit Arby's too now. And Walmart and everywhere else. Like, it doesn't stop. And they want to control the narrative completely. Whether they're talking to a cop, someone at City Hall, or just a random person on the street. You do what the Frauditor says when he says it, or he's going to film you whether you like it or not. And he's going to post it, and he's going to get you fired from your job, and he's going to file complaints. And what's the worst thing? Let me ask you. I already know the answer. But let me ask you what you think. What is the worst thing that you as a non-frauditor could ever possibly do to a frauditor?
What's the worst thing I could do? Call the police?
No, they love that.
Oh,
they love that.
Ignore them? There's so many answers there. Aha.
Cam back. Film them. Do what they're doing. That's the worst thing you could do to a frauditor is film the frauditor. They hate that. Did you see that video where DMA, Reagan, and Sweet Tea are on the street and somebody starts filming them? Literally doesn't say a word to them, and all three of them are going nuts.
They went nuts.
They went absolutely crazy. They couldn't stand it. They're still bitching about that guy on their channels. Like, it's so insane to me that their whole thing is fighting for the right to film unless you're filming them. What were you going to say? It looked like you were about to say something.
Privacy complaint. Oh, no.
No, I just wanted to say hi to Sierra Lady because I didn't say hello earlier.
I was reading the chat. Privacy complaint. Yeah, you know, it's got to be really bad for me to issue a privacy complaint. It's got to be real bad.
Yeah. Lisa White said show them porn. Yes, that's one of the things that I've talked about before as well. But I don't mean like the worst, like actual worst thing we could do. I mean, in their opinion, the thing that's going to drive them the most nuts. And the reason why I use that specific example is because they're supposedly fighting for the right to film unless you're filming them. Then all of a sudden you don't have the right to film anymore. Then all of a sudden freedom of the press doesn't apply to you filming a frauditor. It only applies to a frauditor filming everything else. What Lisa White is talking about with the porn is, I always used to say, and still do, that if you see one of these guys in the wild and you want to ruin their video, you want to ruin their stream, especially if they're live streaming, yes, the copyrighted music thing does work to an extent, but there are ways they could get around that. But if you want to literally shut them down, it'll work. Pull up some porn on your phone and shove it in their camera. The second YouTube sees that nudity, they're done. That's not going to last 2 seconds. It's going to be gone.
I've heard you say that before.
That's lose their channel.
A good idea. That's a good idea.
Yeah, it would absolutely work.
If you don't want to do that, blast Disney music. Disney will shut it down too.
Yep. Oh, and now the Eagles. Play Eagles music.
Oh, the Eagles have gotten bad now?
I'm telling you, I just went through this whole big thing on Saturday about that because SMR Lab 777 was our guest, and he was playing guitar, and he was doing some cover songs. And I'm like, just don't play any Eagles songs. And he thought I was joking, but...
Or Metallica.
There's a lot of ones, but the reason why I say the Eagles is because just recently, a whole bunch of reaction channels were practically shut down, and some of them were shut down because because you get 3 strikes and you're out. If they ever in history of their channel did a total of 3 Eagles reactions or more, they're done. But the Eagles are so freaking bad that there are channels getting shut down for playing cover songs of Eagles music.
What?
There's this guy, he's got millions of subs. He's like one of the greatest bass players in the world, played an all bass cover version of Hotel California, and he got the video removed by the Eagles and he got a strike against it.
And you're not talking a claim, you're talking a strike.
Yes.
Wow.
Over a cover version. Like, and that's the thing. Like, people talk about Metallica and all these bands and all these people that go after, but for a cover version, I've never heard of that before until the Eagles came. So now I say, fine, play Hotel California. That'll get them shut down. That's the new one now.
I had Mark, the Sarcastic Law Student, on my channel, and we were watching a fraudit go down, and the frauditor left to go get something, and Mark said, "I'll be back," like in the Arnold Schwarzenegger voice.
Yeah.
And I got shut down for that because he did the voice so well that they thought it was like a movie clip, apparently, and it shut it down. My whole stream went down.
Damn.
I was like, over somebody saying something from a movie? Really?
Yeah.
He just said something from a movie, and he's English. Are you serious that happened? So I tell Mark all the time, don't say anything on my stream. Like, you can just come there and just don't talk.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, and you never know what it's going to be, because I've done a few music streams on here, and like, there's one in particular where it was going for like hours, and I'm just playing song after song after song after song after song, and it's all great, no problem or whatever. And then I pull up some really obscure band that like nobody knows, but I like them, so I'm like, oh, and that's when I get shut down. Like, wait a minute, I just did like Pink Floyd and Led Zeppelin and the Rolling Stones and the Doors and David Bowie and other, and then like I bring up something nobody's ever heard of, and bam, immediately I'm shut down. I'm like, what the hell is this? Well, you never know what they're gonna catch you on, you know.
That does not surprise me, but makes no sense.
No. And the thing that I think that to be honest, I think that a lot of these people just don't understand in general, like, the way that the modern world works. More people watch YouTube now. Like, this is the new television, you know? And nobody just like sits and listens to the radio anymore. They have CD players in their car, or MP3 players, or, you know, Wi-Fi, whatever. This is how young people discover old music. So you would think that they would be supporting the people who are doing that, you know? But instead they're like, you're putting our music out there for people to hear. How dare you? We're going to shut you down. It's like, you don't understand that in the modern world, that's how it's done. Miranda's here, ladies and gentlemen. $2 from Miranda, and here's your happy dance. All right. Thank you so very much. Glad to see you. Always good to have you here.
But you're absolutely right. That's how people discover music. My son discovered Queen through YouTube, and he's like, he is obsessed with Queen now. He thinks Queen is just like the greatest band ever. But he found a song on YouTube, and that turned him on to Wayne's World, and it turned him on to so many other different things through that Queen has been on or been played on or whatever. And he's just 19, and he was like, have you heard of this band? It's called Queen. I'm like, yeah, I've heard of them once or twice.
Yeah, right.
The name sounds familiar. Yeah.
They're just one of the top selling artists of all time. I don't know anything about that.
Yeah. Sounds familiar.
But yeah, that's it. It's like nowadays, I think the record labels and all that, they just don't understand that this is the way it's done now. You know, it's like, and instead of adapting to this, they're still trying to fight against it. And that's not a good idea, because all that's going to do is make people who could be discovering stuff through it say, oh, look at these stuffy old suits. They're not trying to, let us get our whatever. It just makes them look bad. I don't know.
Logan said, does anybody remember bootleg tapes? Of course. People selling bootleg tapes out in front of the convenience stores. I'm showing my age, but yes, I remember bootleg tapes. I mean, no, what are you talking about? What's a bootleg tape? But yeah, of course I do.
When I was a kid, I got so mad. I got so freaking mad. I went and I found this dude who was selling these vinyls, bootlegs of a Kiss concert. Ooh, baby, this is back in the 70s. This is going to be great stuff. The cover was all cool, kind of like taking that Kiss Alive cover and like Xeroxing it, but they didn't really have Xeroxes back then, so it's like you could tell it was cheap.
So faded, yes.
Yeah. It was just so great. Like, this is going to be the real stuff, like some random dude illegally recording a concert and putting it on a record.
Cam version.
This is going to be so awesome. So I pull the record out of the sleeve, and it's got the Casablanca logo and the word Kiss and the list of all the songs and the date, the year, and the fake copyright logo and everything. It was going to be, I was so ready for this. And I dropped the needle on that sucker, and it said, disco duck. It was Disco Duck. Just that song repeated over and over and over the whole record.
I would have been so upset. Oh, gosh.
So mad.
Disco Duck.
Oh. And then I got a bootleg of Jimi Hendrix with Jim Morrison live in a club in L.A. back in the 60s. And that would have been a great bootleg because that's a historic moment for those two together.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've heard it. It's on YouTube now, but when I was a kid, it was like a rare thing. But it's horrible because Jim Morrison was drunk out of his mind. So the whole time, Jimi Hendrix is basically playing like Beatles riffs, and Jim Morrison's like, yeah, get your girl. Yeah. She's fuck girls. Yeah. Fuck girls. Fuck them. Yeah. All right, Jim. Go drink some more, buddy.
I love Jim Morrison, too.
Oh, yeah, of course. But that night, he was not on. Yep. Oh, man.
My first bootleg was, and you're going to make fun of me, and that's okay. I'm prepared. There's New Kids on the Block. And it was decent. It was decent. It was very cammed. And you could see the people sitting around, and the cam guy would occasionally reach up and rub his nose, and you could see. But it was still all right. It was still worth the like $2 or whatever I paid for it.
That's awesome, though. That's awesome. I'll tell you something about bootlegs, though. That's one of the things that was always great, in particular about the Grateful Dead, and that's why there's so many awesome Grateful Dead bootlegs, was because they were the one band that actually encouraged it. They encouraged their fans to record their live shows. They would even have, like, every place that they played, they would have, like, a specific spot where back then, especially with the lo-fi technology, people had to record live shows, a specific spot in the stadium where you could get a good, decent sound. And they would encourage people to stand there if they're going to record so they could get the best quality bootleg and put it out there. Go ahead, do your thing. You want to make some money selling our records? Go ahead.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was good stuff. Good stuff. Hello, Misty-eyed girl.
Misty-eyed girl.
Misty-eyed girl. That's
good to
awesome.
See you. Glad you're over here.
Yes. See, we got greatest fans in the world. So now we're going to try another video again. Hopefully my buffering issues are fixed. We haven't had any yet. So I was going to show the new Black Heart Night video, ladies and gentlemen. Black Heart Night. All right, let's see how it goes. Wait a minute. Did somebody say something about my Rush? Rush was great. Yes, they were. I'm so lucky I got to see them before Neil Peart died. That was a great show. Yeah, Rush was great. All right. Yeah. And damn it!
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Well, hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. In today's video, we find ourselves in the courtroom of Judge Sean Perkins. As he is presiding over a sovereign citizen in a pre-trial hearing.
Wearing a fez.
Several traffic violations. So let's go ahead and sit back, relax, and hear all the nonsense that this sovtard tends to spew out. So roll that beautiful bean footage.
Can you unmute yourself, please, sir? You connected to audio?
It appears.
Lemon Bay, Harrison Lemon Bay. Can you hear me, sir?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Good morning. Who are you?
How are you?
Okay. Are you the second or the third?
Can you imagine what it must be like? I feel so sorry. Could you imagine what it must be like to be a judge and to be looking at your docket for the day and like, oh yeah, Billy Smith has a traffic ticket. Tony Jones has a speeding citation. Marcus L. Bay! Oh no, not one of these guys.
Oh no, not El Bay.
Like the second you see that last name, you know you're in for it. Like, damn it! I need 3 extra cups of coffee this morning, hon.
I'm gonna break my $100 glasses and tear up all my money.
Yeah. Yes. I love that. It was great. Anyway, oh man, it's got to be so stressful to see those names whenever he's El Bay. No.
I'm here on behalf of the third.
The third. Okay.
Oh, so you're the beneficiary of that corporate straw man. Okay. Translation. Yeah, I'm him. I just don't want to admit that I'm him.
And I guess it's the second as well. This is the city of Detroit versus Harrison Lemon Bay the third. Straight that. This is the state of Michigan versus Harrison Lemon Bay the third. Case number SX41.
Damn it. I'm trying everything I could think of to try and fix this. Whatever the hell.
419-5968. Counts 1 and counts 3. Appearance for the record, please.
And see, I don't know if you guys could see this, but see, it's already loaded all the way up to here. So there shouldn't be any buffering between, like, for the next 3 minutes.
Oh, well, that's Barry
So
Jr. On behalf of the defendant.
On StreamYard.
State your full name, sir.
Mr. Barry, I think he's representing himself.
Of course. It wouldn't be a sovereign citizen unless they were representing themselves in a court of law without any
Hey, Mandy, look who's here.
Actual knowledge of the law. And without any knowledge of courtroom procedures to begin with. Which is why going pro se.
Hey, wait a minute. You know what? Dagnabbit. While I got you here in the chat kick, I'm going to put you on the spot in front of everybody. Will you be on my Saturday show one of these weekends? We're scheduling our guests for August now. Please email me and let me know if you'll be available on a Saturday in August to be a guest on my Saturday show. Mandy's going to be on there, for crying out loud. In fact, right now would be a perfect time to go over the upcoming guest list for the Saturday show. Ladies and gentlemen, this Saturday, May 20th, Professor Crack from the Idiopathic Truth.
Oh, yay.
May 27th, Takedown, Exposing Frauditors. And then on June 3rd, our guest is going to be According to Asia.
She's so sweet.
Saturday, June 10th is going to be Frauditor Wrangler. June 17th, the return of Black Heart Night.
Yay.
And then on June 24th, Katie Zed. And then on July 1st, Becca and Dan from the Welsh News Network are going to be with us. July 8th, Debos Nation. July 15th, ladies and gentlemen, the lovely Miss Mandy 777. July 22nd, Mark the Sarcastic Law Student. And then we're ending July. Ladies and gentlemen, July 29th, the one and only, the queen herself, Nicole Overby, Mrs. Schrodinger's cat is going. That's right. So join us here on the Frauditor Follies YouTube channel on Saturday in the afternoon, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Saturday. It's a rock and rolling show. We love it all. And Kick is responsible for my buffering. Yeah. Speaking of which, hold on. Yeah, I'm all organized with the calendar and everything. Can you believe it? So here, let me play the video for a second because I gotta get something real quick. Hold on.
I will get with him and find out what his Saturday scheduling is.
Yeah. No, yeah, I don't mean to like actually put you on the spot. I was partially joking, but you definitely would be a fantastic guest, and I'd love to have you on. But here, let me put this on because I got to do something real quick. I'll be right back, guys.
Hey, with these idiots is never a good idea because, as the old saying goes, a man who represents himself in court as a fool for a client.
Your Honor,
Yeah. All right, and add count 3 to that. Add count 3 to that record as well, or count 2 to that, or 1 to that record as well. So count 1, 2, and 3. Let me have that other. I believe. State your name for the record, Mr. Lemon.
Love it.
Third.
Yes, I am that I am Harrison Lamande, all lowercase letters. And I'm here on behalf of Harrison Lamont III.
Just his presence.
All right. Well, I've never heard of the all lowercase letters. What does that mean?
It means that the name is to be spelled with all lowercase letters, not all capital letters, not part capital and lowercase, strictly all lowercase.
Okay, Judge.
All right, real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, I got $2 from Ray W. Giving me the option to either tase News Now Voodoo or do the happy dance. I haven't done a happy dance in a minute. I'm in the mood for a happy dance. What do you think, Mandy? Happy dance or a tase?
I'm going with the happy dance. Absolutely.
All right. Here you go. All right. Yes. Love the happy dance. Love you guys. Thank you so much.
I'm laughing at Lisa White. You mean your real name last name isn't Elbay?
Your real name isn't Elbay? What a surprise. Oh my goodness gracious me. You know what? Somebody pointed this out. I was watching a video last week from someone who isn't someone who does what we do at all, but they made a video about sovereign citizen movement and stuff. And one of the things she pointed out that I thought was great was like, you guys don't mind when your name's spelled in all caps on your debit card or on your credit card, or when you're trying to buy all of these stuff online that you order with your all caps name written on the order sheet to order your fake passports and your fake IDs and all your other nonsense that you're paying for. You don't mind then.
Don't care.
You know? Such idiots. Oh man, especially the Moors. The Moors are their own brand of stupid. That's for damn sure.
Allow me to translate this for you, considering that, well, this guy's a sovereign citizen, a real sovtard, if you may. Basically, what he's saying, Judge, is that his name is all lowercase, which means he has fallen for the sovereign citizen BS about all caps names representing a corporation, which is not true to begin with. So therefore, he prefers his name in all lowercase, which denotes that he is not part of a corporation whatsoever, that he has cut ties with the corporate United States, which is, again, BS. And him claiming to be a representative just means that, yeah, that's me. I just don't want to admit it's me. Just so he can avoid any legal or financial issues. But once again, it's a bunch of sovereign citizen garbage that he got from some guru. Simply because this dude has no capacity for independent thought or even critical thinking skills whatsoever.
Yes.
So
Say that
they
3
have
times
been
real
making
fast.
time set for a pre-trial in the matter. How do you want to proceed, sir? I know you filed some documents with the court, and I did have those up in my chambers. But how do you want to proceed?
Your Honor, I'm the surety on behalf of the principal debtor, Strawman Harrison Lamont III. I've given the court notice weeks in advance.
Principal debtor Strawman. Well, dude, this has nothing to do with debt. This has something to do with traffic court, which you have multiple traffic violations, which, like I said, has nothing to do with your debt. In addition, Sovtard, I suggest you stop reading all this sovereign citizen garbage, especially the stuff about straw man names and everything like that, because you know what? Your name is not exactly fake when you're born. It's something your parents give you when you are conceived. That way they can identify you from other people. It has nothing to do with the corporation, you dumbass.
I'm here to tender a special deposit to the court and make the clerk fiduciary, the prosecutor, as well. And I'm looking for a plea of release today. Will you grant a plea to release?
No. I can grant you a pre-trial. I can grant you the opportunity to speak with the city attorney, or I can grant you a trial date by judge or by jury.
Yeah. So
what would you like to do, Mr. Lemon Bay?
Well, do you mind if I ask a couple of questions? Just want to make sure that I'm comprehending it.
You may.
All right. So as you gave the name, I heard you mention a few different names. I heard you mention Harrison Lamont Bay III, and then a Harrison Lamont II, and various different names. I just want to make sure that I'm clear on who or what it is that we're here to discuss, because I don't want to speak on behalf of
it doesn't have an error. It doesn't have an
I can't speak on behalf of myself, because I'm not me. I'm the person of the entity that is the United States citizen that was indigenous to the land before the indigenous people became indigent. Dagnabbit. Like, here's the thing. For anybody, in the audience or whatever, if you don't understand, I mean, obviously, we know what they're talking about is a bunch of nonsense, but where does the whole idea even come from? There's so much to it, especially with the Moors, because they have this idea that, like, not that they're the actual Native Americans, but that they were here even before they were here. Like
Right.
they're the original indigenous people, and that their relatives didn't come from Africa, which is obviously insane. But I mean, okay, take a DNA test and prove it. And of course, they're not going to do that, even though they put their red ink or blood thumbprints on their stuff. They could have their DNA on file. Who knows? But the whole all caps name thing and all that, what it all ultimately comes from is the 14th Amendment. It just shows such a lack of understanding of history. Because, I mean, even before the 14th Amendment, now I'm going back, the whole thing with the Moors and the Treaty of Peace and Friendship, for example, it's a legitimate thing. It's a real treaty. But it's a maritime treaty. And basically, it's saying, like, Morocco, like the actual country Morocco in North Africa, and the United States are not going to attack each other's boats at sea. And these people love to talk about maritime law this, maritime law that. Well, that's all that is. That has nothing to do with anything as far as you driving a car or talking to this guy and his judge in court. And then as far as the straw man thing, all of the guys who believe that comes from the 14th Amendment, but it shows such a lack of understanding of history because slaves were not American citizens. So the 14th Amendment basically was saying if you were born here, it doesn't matter if you were born a slave. If you were born in the United States, you are now considered a citizen. So now these guys are saying the 14th Amendment is the one that made us all slaves by forcing us to take this burden of citizenship, whether we like it or not. It's like, no, they were giving a gift. They were saying, if you're born here, we're just going to give you all the rights and privileges of an American citizen.
And these are idiots that obviously have never lived anywhere else.
Oh,
obviously. And I know that we have people from various different countries, but we are so blessed to live where we live. And I know there are other free countries, but we are very blessed to live where we live. Witcher Park did a good job, yeah, absolutely, of breaking this down on her channel too. It's just a matter of history that they get so wrong. They skew it so bad to fit their narrative at the time.
Yep, absolutely, and like so many of the things that they say are based on such a fundamental misunderstanding that it almost becomes comical. Well, it does, right? We make fun of them all the time and laugh at them because it does become comical how far off they actually are from reality.
Yeah.
And they never, I don't know if it's because they just don't have the comprehension. Well, like I said, you got your ones that actually are that stupid and then your ones who know better, but they just don't care. But it's like having this lack of understanding of where all of the rules and regulations and laws come from. A really, really good one for this is here's the deal. You talk about a guy who's never been anywhere. I don't think he's ever been out of his little county because
house. He is so far left field.
Yeah. I honestly believe that he's never, well, I mean, it's not like, oh, I honestly believe that. I know for a fact because he's talked about it that he grew up like on a ranch or whatever. I don't think he's ever spent any real time in a city because he seems to honestly believe that if they just got rid of all laws, that everyone would just be nice just because.
And that things would just kind of take care of itself. Yeah. I watched him break down that assault that happened in New York, and he put up a poll in his chat, and like 90% of the people agreed with him. And I was like, and these are not trolls. These are people that really buy what he's selling.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Yeah, that was insane. That was actually, the poll was actually conducted by News Now Ninja, but here's the deal, was showing it on his channel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And again, that goes back to their fans are even worse sometimes than they are because they're the ones that are egging them on. But
yeah,
I've tried to have this conversation with Here's the Deal before, but he doesn't seem to understand because him and Sovereign Soul Unchained Mind also has the same thought process. Like, well, if everyone just had their guns and lived in their house and minding their own business, then if somebody did come and try to rob you, you'd have your gun so you could defend yourself. Okay. Well, what if, 47 street thugs who've spent their whole life killing people and running around, beating people up and committing crimes, hardened criminals, decide to come into your house? You might hesitate a second before you pull the trigger because you've never murdered anyone. Not them. They've murdered 12 people to get in the gang. You get 47 of them show up with guns. You're outnumbered and outgunned. If they want what you have, they're going to take it.
Yeah,
and
good point.
Yeah, and if you just are allowed to just stop them, then, and this is actually, I wanted to say this yesterday, but I never got around to it. I've said it before, but this is an important point just in general with this whole situation with these idiots. Okay, so if somebody, just in a general scenario type idea, if somebody shoots someone in my family, then someone in my family in their world, and someone in my family is going to get mad and shoot the person who shot me. Okay, well, I got the person who shot me. But now his family is going to come after the guy that shot him.
Right.
And then they're going to shoot somebody on this side who's going to make that
effect.
And it's right. The cops break the chain. That's why cops are important.
Exactly.
That's why law enforcement in general is important. They break that chain. They say, okay, instead of everyone shooting everyone until everyone's dead, now I'm going to put a stop to it. I'm going to grab this guy and I'm going to lock him up. And now you guys don't have to worry about shooting him, and you guys don't have to worry about shooting them. We took care of it.
And that's the way it should be. We need to lean on them, not each other. I mean, we do lean on each other to an extent to do the right thing, but not to take the law in our own hands.
Well, right. And that's I used the example of witch hunts. And he was like, oh, well, that was a long time ago. It's like, no, but it's the same idea. If some guy like maybe catches his wife cheating on him, oh, I'm just going to tell everyone in the village she's a witch, and then everyone in town's going to get together, grab her, and burn her to death. Like, that's what it would be. Because there'd be no trials, there'd be no judges, there'd be no courts, there'd be no checks and balances. You decide you're mad at somebody for something stupid and you want to kill them, just tell everybody in town, and then the whole town will come as a mob. It'll be like Frankenstein. They're chasing them down with torches. That's what that stuff was about. That's what no law. It just becomes everybody killing each other.
Yeah, you're right.
Fun, fun, fun. That's the better world, right, that I want. So, let me ask you something, Mr. Frauditor, sir. When you walk into City Hall and you walk up to the lady behind the counter and she says, please don't film me, sir. And you say, you horrible, rotten, no good public servant. You do what I say, what I said it, because I pay your salary, and don't you dare tell me not to film you. Why is that okay to talk to her that way? Well, didn't you hear about that guy that got killed by a cop once? All right, what I asked you was, why is it okay to give the lady at the DMV a hard time? Well, didn't you hear about those other cops that killed that kid at that one time? All right, I'm asking you, why is it okay for you to walk into a post office and give a hard time to the lady behind the counter? Well, didn't you ever read that story about the Mullen Commission in the 70s? That they saw that there were some bad cops in New York? Okay, but why does that make it okay for you to walk up to some random dude on the street and scream and holler at him and then stand in front of a bank dressed like a criminal with a taser painted black so that it looks like you have a gun and you're about to rob the bank with your mask and your dark glasses on? Why is that okay? Well, didn't you know that there was a politician who got busted for doing something wrong once?
Sounds about
All
right.
right, it's hot. Otherwise, I'd wear my duck hat. Everyone calls it a duck hat. We all know it's a platypus. It's a Perry the platypus.
I love Perry the platypus. It's awesome.
What? Oh, sorry. The crows. She's looking for him. She heard him too. Wait, here they come. Here they go. Oh,
they sounded so close. It was
duck.
disturbing.
Sorry, we get that every once in a while. I think it's News Now Voodoo. He's trying to take us out. Love it, love it, love it, love you guys, love this. All right, let's
And
see if
Timo,
we
you're
can.
right. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No,
Timo,
no,
you're right.
please.
They can't explain their agenda because they don't really have a real good explanation for it. It's all about fitting whatever narrative they have going on at the moment. It's never the same. It's never about facts. It's never about history. It's all about whatever is going on at the moment.
Yep, that's exactly right. It's always about building the false narrative. And again, it drives me so insane, not just the fact that they do this, but the fact that their fans eat it up. And it's especially when you watch a video and you see in the video clearly, like, for example, I don't know how many videos I've seen, had to be at least 200, maybe more, where they'll be filming a police officer literally like this.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole time, if you turn the narration off and just watch the video, that's what you'll see.
Mm-hmm.
But with the narration on, this guy's a tyrant. He's a civil rights violator. He's horribly treating this person like dirt, violating their rights, doing all these horrible, evil, rotten, no good, terrible things. He needs to be fired. He needs his pension taken away. He needs to be able to get sued by losing his qualified immunity. And literally, he's just standing there, not saying a word or even moving. And you watch the fans, they're going by the narration, not what happens in the video. I can't believe that tyrant did that to you. Oh my God, I can't believe he did that. Did what?
Or the title gets shut down.
Yeah.
Tyrant gets shut down at post office. Walks away in the walk of shame.
Yeah.
And all he does is stand there. And you're like, where's this walk of shame? Where is it that he gets shut down? I'm waiting. Anytime now.
Boy has gotten to the point now where he doesn't even like do the walk of shame anymore. Like, no, I mean, like literally, if you watch Casey Camera Boy's newer videos, I've literally heard him say, "Oh, look, there's he's putting his hand in his pocket of shame. Oh, look, there's he turned around of shame." Like literally everything they do, they go like this. Oh, there's he's scratching his face of shame. Like what the hell are you talking about?
Everything is of shame.
He's taking a sip of his coffee of shame.
Oh Lord, everything is of shame.
But the walk of shame thing is one of the things that, to me, is extremely frustrating, but at the same time is a beautiful, beautiful example of why we're right and they're wrong, and how you can illustrate it in a video. Because let's just go to YouTube at any time and do a search for ID refusal, and you will get hundreds, if not thousands, of ID refusal videos, and most of them end with the cop doing the walk of shame, right? So here's the thing. Every walk of shame video, I don't care what happens during the video. If it's a walk of shame video, then I guarantee you every single one of them is exactly the same thing, in the sense that if you did an ID refusal, then what that means is the cop did not force you against your will to give your ID. You never gave your ID. You're still filming while he's walking away. He couldn't be doing the walk of shame on your camera if you're not still filming when he walks away. So the cop did not stop you from filming. For you to say the words walk of shame, he did not stop your First Amendment right to speak.
Right.
So what did the cop do? He didn't take away your phone. He didn't stop you from filming. He didn't get your ID. Where's the walk of shame? What does he need to be ashamed of? Chris Kelling for $5. Did you know town halls are rampant rights violators? Yes, especially if you ask DMA and Regan. And then $10 for Maserati 5000 GT. I just did the waking up to shame. The waking up of shame. I'm going to go eat breakfast of shame. I'm going to do a happy dance. The happy dance of shame. All right, that's a double because I got 2 of them. All right, thank you so much. That's awesome. Oh man, you guys are the best, and I love the fact that Mandy dances with me. That's beautiful. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Blackheart Nights at work of shame. Yes, it's time to have the good morning of shame. Anyway, let's see if I can get this to play. Hopefully the buffering problems, whatever was causing them. Florida Jim's in the house. What's up, Florida? All right, let's see. Fingers crossed. Hopefully the buffering's gone now. We can try this one more time.
An error. It appears to be an error on the computer here. So entry date. One of the counts was entered into as one count was entered into as Harris Lemon III. The other count was Harris Lemon II, and the other count was entered Harris III Lemon. So I think that's just a typo. There's the nature of the offenses. There's the misdemeanor case is driving without a valid operator's license, no ops on person, and that is a 93-day punishable by the maximum possible penalty, 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines. And you have 2 civil infractions, one expired plates, and the other one speeding 16 to 20 miles an hour over the speed limit. So those are the nature of the charge.
Hey, do you think it's when I don't put it full screen? Like when StreamYard's trying to show the video and us, that's what's, because it seemed to be fine until I changed the view.
Yeah, it could be. I was just thinking that when you changed it.
Yeah, because as soon as I put us back on screen, it started to buffer a little bit again. Here, let me try just leaving it full screen for a minute and see what happens. Okay. And then we could just make a commentary off screen like this. Haha, how do you like that? Yeah.
Of shame.
Of shame. The commentary of shame.
I'm going to offer you an opportunity to mitigate this by taking the better driver's course, sir. I'm going to put that in the chat if you choose to.
The driver's course of shame.
And I can give you time to do that. If not, you can set it for a trial date or whatever set it for a trial date or speak with the city attorney today. What would you like to do?
I'm really, again, I'm ultimately I'm here to tender special deposit and settle the charges, make the correct fiduciary.
Translation, this sovtard actually thinks that, once again, that this is a corporation and that all he has to do is pay damages in the form of money to get away with it. And that is not exactly how any of this works. Please, dude, I hope you don't choose trial.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Blackheart Knight, I love you, man, but you just made a mistake. You said that he thinks all he has to do is pay some money. No, he doesn't. You didn't. Maybe it's just because he's a Moor. He's not talking about paying money. He's talking about taking care of debt. That means giving him a copy of his birth certificate. Because he's a Moor. So that's how he pays his debt. Look at my social security number. You know the billion fake dollars that the fake government put on my fake birth certificate? Use that money to pay your debt.
Right, because he has a bond somewhere.
Right. Exactly. That's what he's saying. He's not saying, oh, I just want to pay this. He's saying, I want to relieve this debt. In other words, just give the court a copy of his birth certificate and his social security card. Problem solved. That's their definition of paying their debts. Like a couple of weeks ago, I was showing a video of this Moor who was getting evicted because he didn't pay rent. And he's like, What do you mean? Every month I send him a copy of my birth certificate. What's the problem? Well, when are you going to pay him? I just told you. Every month I send him a copy of my birth certificate. When are you going to pay your rent? It's like, well, he could just take it out of that fund that's under my false name with the caps letter. There is no such fund. It doesn't exist. There is no secret fund under your social security number. It's not a thing. It's all made up. It's boo, boo, poo, poo, caca, crap. It's not true. It's not real. It's made up. Sovereign citizen nonsense. It's garbage. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was thought they were going to kick in with the background vocals.
There are these magical places that you can go to and you show up at the same time every day, and then sometimes they'll give you this piece of paper that has numbers on it and you sign the back of it and they will put money into your bank account. It's called a job.
Yeah, but that piece of paper would be my name in all caps.
Never mind. Forget I said anything.
You're like, that's right, I forgot. And that's funny too, because like, well, where do you get your clothes? Where do you get your fez? Where do you get your BS that you bought for money online? All of your fake Moorish documents that you make your cash donations to the Moorish temple.
Right.
Like, you think the people who are like in charge of the Moors that are sitting there collecting all this money from all these people aren't just sitting there laughing their asses off that these idiots fell for their scam? When you post on the internet, you send me, and I was covering Jamal. Do you remember Jamal Latimer?
I do.
He just posted a video a few weeks ago, and I covered it when he did, where he's like, because he's out of jail now, where he's talking about, if you want to learn how to be a Moor, just go to my website and give me $97, and then I'll give you a class. But that's just the first class. So each class is another $97, but every class you sign up for, you pay $97 per class, and he'll give you a lecture on how to be a Moor.
You pay more, you get more.
Right. And then I think it was like for $75, he'll give you your Moorish ID and send it to you in the mail. And I mean, if you guys don't believe in money, why do you accept payment in cash for all of your fake documents that you just printed out on your computer?
Yeah, can I send you a copy of my birth certificate and get your class?
Yeah, yes, yeah, there you go. I'll tell you what, Jamal, I want to sign up for your class. So here's a copy of my birth certificate and my social security number. Just take the money out of my $20 billion government secret fund money.
Can I have some of that to buy a house? I'm just asking for a friend.
Right. Oh my god. Well, that's what the Moors do, right? They just move into a house that there's nobody living there and just say, "Oh, it's my house now."
And squat, yeah.
Oh my
Don't
goodness.
get me started on that.
I said this a few days ago, or maybe it was last week. I made this point. I was thinking about it. Kind of stream of consciousness thing I came up with, but it stuck with me and I've been thinking about it. Is this idea like, if their actual philosophy, like if you actually break it down, like it's really hard to seriously break it down because we all know it's such nonsense. But if you actually do seriously break it down, that their idea is essentially that every time a baby is born in this country, that money is deposited into the Federal Reserve by a foreign nation. And therefore, this country's entire economy is based on babies being born.
Yeah.
If this country's entire economy is based on babies being born, how could anyone in this country ever possibly allow any sort of birth control to be legal on any level? They would be going out of their way to push people into having as many babies as possible so that they can make more money, more money, more money, more money. If every time a baby is born, that's more money, then how come the government isn't going out of their way to brainwash everyone into having more babies?
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Yep. Because
That's a very good
it's
point.
not, because the economy isn't based on that, because it's made up douche canoe bullshine.
Because I don't think you'd win.
You settle it by pleading to in taking a plea today, paying the fines, or taking it to trial, see if you can do better at trial. You have a right to a trial by judge or jury.
Did the judge just quote DMA? Do better.
And that's it. Those are your only options, sir.
I'm looking for a plea release. Are you stating that there's no offer of equity in this matter, Your Honor?
I'm stating there's no brain in that fez.
The judge and the Sovtard are definitely on two different planets at this point. The judge is on Earth, and I have no idea where this Sovtard comes from, but because you know what, he's just talking more corporate Sovtard garbage. I mean, equity? Come on now. This is a pre-trial hearing for a traffic violation, or traffic violations in this case. Yeah, dude, I think you've fallen so far down the rabbit hole you can't see the light anymore.
I don't know what you're talking about. All right, we're going to move on.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't have time for this.
Would you like to speak to an attorney? Would you like to speak to an attorney, sir?
I don't. I'm not asking for counsel.
Okay. Well, we're gonna pass the matter, and we're gonna move on, and he can just watch and see how it works in here, because I have too many people that are waiting, that want to be heard and hear their claim, and I don't understand what you're saying. I've given you your options, and you can sit back and ponder those. I'll give you time to ponder those options. Other than that, sir, I don't know what else to tell you. All right, let's move on. Next time. No, I've already answered the questions I'm going to answer. No, please mute your device, and you either take the offers that I've given you, speak with the attorney, or take the deal, or set the matter for a trial date. Those are your options.
Maybe set the matter for trial.
Set the matter for trial. Okay, I'm going to give you a trial. I'm going to. Now, do you want trial by judge or jury, sir?
Your Honor, by jury.
Okay, jury trial. Can I get a jury trial date, please? Soonest one you have.
We set one on the 29th, is that right?
No, yeah, let's set the earliest one you have.
June 5th, we have June the 2nd.
June the 2nd?
Let me see if we have. No.
All right, June the 2nd.
Or we have 15th, we have one, right? And the next one will be July the 13th. Because we have 15th.
Let's do June the 2nd. June the 2nd, we should do this in the afternoon as well.
But we gotta set a pre-trial first.
Yeah, we'll set a pre-trial. We'll set a, so your next court date is going to be a final pre-trial, sir.
Of course, it has to be a jury
Final
trial.
pre-trial will be June the 1st, 6/1/2023 at 8:30. And then we'll set the jury trial date for the next day. We'll set it at 2:30
citizen only.
This buffering is really destroying my pleasure. Anyway. Oh my goodness gracious me. So that's another thing I wanted to talk about anyway. Like when the judge was talking to him saying, I don't understand what you're saying. It doesn't make any sense to me and all that. That's another one of the big problems with all of these sovereign citizen guys. All the way from the Moors, the Sovsets, all the way down to the Frauditors. They all have this insane belief that the cops and the lawyers and the judges, they all know this secret language. And only they figured out how to use it and know the secrets. So when they say all this nonsense, when they recite all this gobbledygook word salad they read online, they think they're speaking a secret code that the judge knows the code. But the judge can't admit it out loud. So it's like, oh, they just did a gotcha moment, drop the mic. Now I got to find a way to move it to trial or to dismiss the case because they got me. They know the secret language. Yeah. And it's like.
Exactly what it is.
And they literally have no idea what the hell you're talking about. This is not a secret language. It's just sovereign citizen gobbledygook.
Ignorance is not a defense, Maserati. Yeah, that's true. Ignorance is not a defense.
Yes. Well, that's the problem, though, is these people pretend they know the law better than
ignorance, though, isn't it?
What's that?
I think it's a chosen ignorance, though, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. They very much do it intentionally on purpose. Again, like I said, you got your groups of people that actually are that stupid, but a lot of them aren't, but they just choose to, not care. Because somebody somewhere, like you were saying, somebody somewhere whispered in their ear and told them, hey, you know how to get away with this stuff. You got to say this. Just recite this stuff on the internet and you'll be fine and you'll get away with everything. Wrangler's in the house. What's up? Well, all righty. All right. You know what, guys? This is too much. We've had way too much of this buffering on our videos this morning. I apologize for that, guys. I think that's on StreamYard's end. Because as you can see, when me and Mandy are talking, it's wonderful and flowing fine, no problems. Thank goodness that Miss Mandy decided to join us this morning because she helped a lot when I was having buffering problems or whatever, actually being able to have a conversation. I got something to show you guys. It's great stuff. But ladies and gentlemen, we haven't had a good tasing in a little while. So this guy, he's going to get some just because I have to take my frustration on Frauditors out somehow.
Wait, but I didn't even do anything this time, Hez. Come on, man. Like, what are you doing? I can't. No, please. No. Not in the face anyway. If you're going to do it, not in the face. All right, how about here? What? No! Please, the face instead.
I love it.
There is no expectation of privacy and
There's no expectation of privacy. Of shame.
Yeah. Wait. Thank you. Hold on.
No, not the tasing of shame! The tasing of shame! Shame! The of shame!
That's fantastic.
All right, and another happy dance. Why not? All right, yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's Tuesday, and I think, I don't know, but I think I'm going to see Guardians of the Galaxy tonight. I usually go to the show on Tuesdays. I wasn't going to see it this week yet because I try to avoid movies like when they first come out because the crowds are going to be insane. But dagnabbit, I've been hearing so many good things about it. I think I just want to go see it.
No spoilers, but I heard that you might want to take a tissue.
Well, yeah. I've heard stories about, yeah. Unfortunately, I did get a little bit of spoilers about the beginning of the movie. But that's okay. That's okay. But yeah, I've heard some. But that's good. It's good. It's good. That makes it more endearing, right? Like E.T. All right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, that's good. You know, like too many movies these days don't have any heart. You know, so it's good to see something like that. Last time I went to the theater, I saw Renfield. Just because I always see the new Nicolas Cage movie because it's Nicolas Cage. And then before that, I saw the new Evil Dead movie, which was terrible. I didn't like that at all. Renfield was more like an Evil Dead movie than the new Evil Dead movie, which was very weird. So what are you gonna do? I haven't seen Mario Brothers yet. That's my other option for tonight. Maybe that. I don't know.
I was not pleased with Evil Dead Rise.
What about it?
Evil Dead Rise. I was not overly pleased with that.
Yeah, I didn't like it at all. I did not like it at all. I thought it was too many member berries. You know what member berries are?
No.
Member berries are like, hey, remember when they said Dead by Dawn, in the good movie?
Oh,
and now they're
yeah,
saying it in this
okay.
one. Remember? Oh, and remember when the guy got the eyeball and it went into the other guy's mouth? Remember when that happened in the good movie? Well, that happens in this one too. Remember? Those are member berries.
Yeah.
And to me, that's all the new Evil Dead movie was. It was just member berries. Like, I don't want that. But Renfield, like I said, to me, Renfield was more of an Evil Dead movie than Evil Dead. Because at one point, Renfield rips a guy's arms off and then beats him to death with his own arms.
Yes, I have to watch that.
Kind of thing. You know?
I appreciate a good horror movie. I have to watch that. Sounds
yes,
good.
yes. It's gory, man. It's beautiful, you know, in the good way. You know,
I know you're trying to wrap up, but like Evil Dead Rise, there was so much of them standing around. I'm like, why don't you leave? I don't understand why you're just standing here.
And
go to another apartment. What?
Why do
are we
parking
just standing here?
garages all of a sudden have random chainsaws sitting in them? Oh yeah, member berries. Remember the chainsaw? Remember? Like, why would the parking garage just happen to have a chainsaw and a wood chipper in it?
Hey,
when was the last time you saw either of those things in any parking garage?
Yeah, and they're in apartments here. And I'm like, these things usually are not in apartments. They're usually downstairs or, they're not inside an apartment, especially like on the third floor, fourth floor. Come on.
Right.
Come on. Not
and
right.
I mean, I could appreciate trying to use a different location than normal horror films. Like I get that, but they did not use it well at all. It just made it make less sense. Like, okay. Anyway, so that movie was terrible. I didn't like it at all. I don't know. Like I said, I still haven't seen Mario Brothers yet. I've been trying to avoid that specifically because of all the Rugrats. And I like to watch a movie without having to listen to screaming and hollering kids the whole time.
Sure.
When I was taking my kids to the movie, that was different. But if I'm just going to watch a picture, I don't want to listen to that.
Of course. Do you mind if I pimp out a channel real quick?
Please.
So I found a new debunking channel. It's called The Life Story of Frauditors. And they're not in our community as far as I know, but they put out really decent content. And I'm really impressed with their stuff. And I've looked for a way to like contact them to say, hey, there's this community here that will support you. But I can't find any contact information. But they really seem to be on our side and have a lot of our same values. So maybe go over there, give them a like and a comment and just a thought. Check them out, see if you like them.
Yeah, I've shown their videos, a couple of them on here before.
Oh, have you?
So I am aware of them. Yeah, absolutely. I like their stuff. Yes, guys, they have 259 subs right now. Let's get them up because they got some good stuff out there. Definitely support everyone in our community. Ladies and gentlemen, how many times do we have to tell you? We're both here because of support from other people in the community that came before us, and we have to support the upcoming people that come after us. We all got to work together to expose these butter brain douche canoes.
Absolutely, 100%.
The other day, my mom says, "I always hear you screaming about douche canoes. What the hell?" And I explained it like this. I'm like, look, originally I started calling them douchebags, and then I realized something. A douchebag actually serves a purpose. These guys don't. So they're not even douchebags. They're douche canoes. What are you gonna do with douche canoe? Nothing. Sink and die. They serve no purpose. So they're douche canoes. They're jackwagons and they're douche canoes. And their brains are made out of butter. They're butter brain douche canoes.
And my son, I'm sorry to interrupt you. My mom and my son just recently started watching my content. They have it, but they just started recently watching it. And my son has gotten obsessed with chili. He's just gotten on the chili train just like 2 weeks ago. And he has started watching people in the community's videos, and he watched the debate with Team Skeptic here just the other day, and he was like, wow. He said, I have never seen anybody so stupid in all my life. He said, he really believes this nonsense. I said, I don't know. I said, it's just hard to know. He said, he said, he's so narcissistic. I said, yeah, well, that's absolutely true.
Yep.
It's hard to believe people like that walk among us.
Oh yeah. I showed probably a month ago now, a video about a mental disorder, oppositional defiant disorder.
Yeah.
And they were talking about how, like, it's rare in adults, but it is possible for adults to have it, to carry it on from childhood into adulthood. And it's like, listening to them describe what it is, it's like, you just described every Frauditor video I've ever seen.
Really?
Like, yes, because that's it. It's oppositional defiant disorder. I am not going to let you tell me anything. You cannot tell me that I can't drive without a license. You cannot tell me that I cannot film in this building. You cannot tell me to go stand over there. You're not going to tell me anything because I'm defiantly opposing your authority.
Right.
Like, I can't diagnose these guys. I'm not a shrink, but I'm willing to bet that a great many of them suffer from oppositional defiant disorder. Dagnabbit. This is my soapbox, ladies and gentlemen.
Well said, sir.
That's right. We got limoncello in there. We sent some to Unclean Hands. My mom actually sent a bar of limoncello soap to Unclean Hands so he could clean his hands. This is always hearing me talk about unclean hands.
That's hilarious.
He thought it was great too.
I love Unclean Hands.
Yeah, he's great. He's great. He's a huge supporter of this channel. The one and only live stream he ever did, he did right here on one of our Saturday shows with me and Frauditor News Network.
Nice.
Yep. Unclean Hands is a great supporter of the channel and amazing sense of humor. He keeps sending me all this News Now Voodoo baby voodoo videos and stuff that he's doing. Great stuff. The dude's hilarious. Dry sense of humor, but absolutely funny. Love the guy. Put a 1 in the chat if you love Unclean Hands.
See, I like a dry sense of humor. I think it's funny.
It's hilarious. The dude is absolutely hilarious. Put a 2 in the chat if you love Miss Mandy. And put an I love Salacious in the chat just because, damn it, she needs it. She's been sitting here all day working her ass off and ain't nobody giving her no love.
I love Salacious. I do.
And here's a happy dance for Salacious. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Put a 3 in the chat if you love Hezokuai. Just saying. Stop.
All right. Anyway, guys, it's been 3 hours. Miss Mandy, thank you so much for joining me this morning.
Sure. Had a good time.
Completely out of the blue. It just happened to happen that way, and it worked out perfect. It was wonderful having you here, as always.
Thank you.
Practice run for when you're going to be on our Saturday show.
Yeah.
Awesome. Having a good time. But I think I'm going to pretty much wrap it up here. Thank you guys all once again. If you haven't seen it yet, check out Familia TV. Did a live stream on it yesterday where he interviewed a cop who has dealt with frauditors in the past to ask him about how the police are handling frauditors and all that stuff. So definitely check that out. Check out Miss Mandy's channel. Check out everybody. We all love each other here in the community. Dagnabbit. I can sit here for the next half hour just naming people that you guys need to support, but definitely support Miss Mandy. Go like and subscribe if you haven't already. Love you guys. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you, Mandy, for being here.
Absolutely.
And at the end of my show, I always have to bring out the Elvis gnome so he could say goodbye. So here we go. We're going to do that. Thank you, guys. I love you guys so much. Best fans in the world. Yeah. I'm all shook up.